Ladies
and gentlemen, welcome to Le Mans. Welcome to the finals. Welcome to the Rotax Challenge International Trophy. 343 drivers from all corners of the globe, over 40 nations. Come to France, and then
$300. $343 drivers from over 40 nations made the journey to Le Mans in France for the chance of one of 6 tickets to the biggest party in world karting, the Rotax Grand Finals. Those 343 have been whittled down to the best 36 in each category. The first grid for the main events you see sitting before you for Minimax. It is now quite simple. After 3 days of qualifying, heat races and superheats, one race remains. One race, and the rules are simple. First past the post is your international trophy champion and takes a ticket to Bahrain in December. This is Minimax, and between myself, Henry Baudet, my co-commentator Eric Sellis, and pit reporter Jen Wade, Welcome. Thank you for joining us for what will be a frantic, dramatic, exciting, heart-lifting and heartbreaking afternoon of racing. Thank you for joining us on the 3MK YouTube channel. You see the Minimax drivers aged between 9, 10, 11 years old, some of them 12, but no older. Big hello to your ready viewers from the USA, from the United Kingdom, from France, from around the world. Looking at the focused eyes of our pole sitter, driver number 122, Riley Murrow, from the United Kingdom. There is a look at the full grid. On the outside of row number 1, in that orange, white and black SP Motorsport kart, Oliver Spencer. The black and white crash helmet. Row number 2, Alfie Ward representing the United Arab Emirates, and last year's International Trophy runner-up Emerson McAndrew Uren in kart 102. Tom Reed, nicknamed the Farmer, on the inside of row number 3. Joshua Cook, the Cookie Monster, last year's Micromax Grand Finals champion, on the outside of row 3. The signal is given. 34 Minimax drivers set out for one rolling lap of this 1.4 kilometre circuit in the heart of historic Le Mans Racing Village under cloudy skies. They are dry, temperatures just in the low 20s, 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. Murrow and Spencer row 1, Ward and McAndrew Uren row 2, Reed and Cook row 3, Austin Oman and Harry Ratcliffe row 4, Josh Cormack and Sebastian Behrman row 5, Alfie Mayer and Lucian Smith row 6, Max Jolly and Leo Livings row 7, Atakamia and Alex Baroni row 8, Mark Quesada, Julian Dummer row 9, Ryan White and Trent Van Malik row 10. And already a problem. Mark Quesada's kart, I can see stopping in front of me, the young Italian, the young Frenchman out of the race before it begins. Soren Gallagher, Achilles Peruzzi are on row 11, 34 karts in total, all the way back to Robin Raikkonen, who has had a torrid weekend. Eric Sellis, we're in France. Bring them to the line, please.
Allez, la première finale, la grande finale de cette route vers Bahreïn, avec ce départ qui est lancé sous la houlette de Riley Murrow, qui est parti en pole position et qui va peut-être conserver son leadership, oui, alors que derrière c'est Alfie Ward qui passe en deuxième position.
Out of tournament already. We got one of the KR Sport karts running very wide into turn 3 now. Riley Murrow has the advantage. It looks like Robin Raikkonen again. They think there's a problem with something in the fuel of that kart. They have tried everything. The Kart Shop Switzerland team as one of the SFR Motorsport karts running out of track and coming through turn number 10 and heading out onto the banking. There's another 2 drivers kicking up the dust on the sun-bleached grass here in north central France.
Allez, c'est mouvementé ce premier tour dans cette finale mini. Pour l'instant, Riley Murrow semble bien parti. Il a creusé un petit avantage qui va lui permettre de rester un petit peu à l'écart du chaos de ce premier tour. C'est Alfie Ward maintenant qui est en deuxième position, alors que Harry Radcliffe malheureusement fait partie des pilotes qui ont été visités les bas-côtés du circuit. On a donc Murrow, Ward, Oman. Ça, c'était l'ordre de passage sur la ligne de chronométrage. McAndrew Uren est en 4e position.
Looking back further down the pack, Achilles Peruzzi has sadly retired. The 106 cart, Quesada out of the race, Robin Raikkonen down at the back. Ryan White has had a moment in the Hunter Motorsport, number 147. Armando La Tortuesta from Peru, Harry Ratcliffe, Tristan Abiels, whose sister Femke is his mechanic. He is running 28th. Felix Chang, last year's Micromax Grand Final runner up 28th. As you see, Emerson McAndrew Uren passing Oliver Spencer. That is for P3. We cross the line to complete lap number 2 with 9 minutes plus a lap to go. Riley Murrow's lead, 0.6 of a second.
Oliver Spencer est en train de se replacer après un départ un petit peu chaotique. Il est derrière McAndrew Uren qui a pris la deuxième position, et devant c'est toujours Riley Muro qui s'est un petit peu échappé. Il a à peu près 6 dixièmes d'avance sur le reste du peloton. McAndrew Uren donc 3e, Spencer 4e, Ward 5e. On va voir si tout ce beau monde va être en mesure de se regrouper. Derrière ça se bagarre pour les positions annexes. Alors au bout de la ligne droite, attaque peut-être pour le numéro 175 Joshua Cook. Ouais, on est en train de chercher de trouver l'ouverture là pour aller récupérer une position un peu plus avantageuse.
And there's a move from number 110, Tom the Farmer Reed, and coming back at him in the number 112 cart, that's Josh Cormack, the Scotsman. There's the number 116 Max Jolly, and Josh Cook on the outside, Oliver Spencer. New fastest lap. The three leaders are closing up as we head through the tight infield section. Murrow, McAndrew Uren and Spencer, 1, 2, 3, a gap opening up back to Oman, and Ward in 4th and 5th. There are your leaders going into the banking, and out onto the back straight they go. It is McAndrew Uren chasing down Riley Murrow. Spencer in P3. Oman is not far back in 4th. Ward, the leading SFR motorsport car, is 5th. And then the battle between Reed, Cormack, Jolly, Cook, Atacamia breaks into the top 10 as McAndrew Uren takes the move, heads to the lead. New leader, Emerson McAndrew Uren.
Voilà, McAndrew Uren qui a profité d'une petite largesse de Muro pour prendre l'avantage dans le virage numéro 1. Il a escaladé un peu allègrement le vibreur qui était à l'intérieur du virage numéro 1, pardon, et il est passé et il est en train de creuser l'écart même. Il est en train de s'échapper parce que Muro lui a fait signe de continuer, mais Muro finalement se retrouve sous la menace de Spencer. Spencer qui attaque Muro. Pour l'instant ça ne passe pas, mais ils perdent du temps, et de fait le 4e c'est Austin Homan. Il est en train de revenir sur le duo qui est lancé à la poursuite du leader.
And look at this battle for second place. It's great stuff between Spencer and Murrow. Red flags are being waved. Red flags are being waved, and I'm looking, there is a driver on the S's. It is Lucian Smith, Leon Herberts, I believe, is the driver of the green race suit. Red flags with 6 minutes to go. Okay, the race order at the end of the last completed lap. Riley Murrow, Emerson McAndrew Uren, Oliver Spencer. That was your top 3 when the red flags were called. Emerson McAndrew Uren had taken the lead on the lap. We will wait and give you an update as to the procedure now. It will not be a full restart. We are not halfway through the race, but attention to the driver. The marshals are with the driver, who is number 198 Leon Herberts. And so as we watch the drivers come back to the start line where they will stop.
Allez, l'ambulance qui est en train de rentrer sur le tracé du Mans pour se porter au chevet du pilote qui a été blessé. Peut-être que c'est le pilote
I think it's Liam Herberts,
ouais, le pilote belge
from Belgium. Yeah, there's an ambulance with him now.
Voilà, et on va se porter au chevet du jeune pilote belge, donc, alors que les autres pilotes, le reste du peloton est revenu se ranger en file indienne sur la grille de départ. On va évidemment rester aux ordres des informations de la direction de course et savoir à quel moment on va repartir et surtout sur quelle procédure on va pouvoir repartir dans quelques minutes. Bien évidemment, priorité à la prise en charge de Liam Herberts et ensuite on reviendra à la course.
So, I think as we watch the drivers on the start-finish line, you can see the figure in black there, taking images of drivers that have had a nose cone penalty. Also looking at other technical issues. That's Paul Klassen, our Chief Technical Inspector. What we will do, I think, here on WFR Live TV and the 3MK Events YouTube channel, we will take a quick commercial break while we find out a little bit more, and then when we are able to, we will come back and explain what has gone on and give you an update on the condition of the driver. But please bear with us as we take a short break.
So another one of our partners here at the International Trophy in Le Mans is Porsche. We have a collaboration, of course, 3MK, Rotax, and of course Porsche. And I'm here with Christoph Hewer. Christoph, welcome to Le Mans. I know you've been here before, haven't you?
Yes, I have been here for the big 24-hour race. But now this is quite something different.
A little bit busy. We're not doing 24, so you get to sleep overnight. But it's great to have you here. And of course, you've got one of the beautiful Porsches with you. But what's this about, collaboration? We saw you in Sarno at the Grand Finals as well.
Yeah, as you just said, we started a collaboration last year between Porsche and Rotax, and we want to, promote both brands. We want to cross-promote each other. Also showing young kart drivers, ambitious drivers who want to do a step at some point into automobile racing, how they can do that with our cars. And this is going quite well now. We started last year, and also in the many different national championships, we started collaborating now, and finally we see some nice results already.
I have to say, I've been to some of those Porsche races with you guys over the last couple of years. It's a lot of fun, and we see so many drivers that have come from Rotax karting as well. But it's true, a lot of the parents, the grandparents that are there say, how do our kids get into karting and learn? And as you say, it's a one brand series, as Rotax is. So it is an initial step also to learn about big track and so on. Nice to have you, but just before he runs away, Jeremy, I know you're busy, Manier from 3MK Events. Fantastic event, but we've got something a little bit special. We know there's a collaboration, we saw it on Instagram, but tell us just if you can.
Yeah, so we are in a fantastic atmosphere, as you said, here in Le Mans at the RMCIT. So we are almost with the best driver, Rotax driver from all over the world. After the Grand Final, the Rotax Grand Final is the second biggest Rotax event in the world. So, of course, they are the prestigious drivers for the Rotax family. So, yeah, here we have a special thing this year to offer to our best driver in junior. So, with the Rotax family, we have the opportunity to have this partnership with Porsche Motorsport. So, this is very incredible and amazing opportunity for them. So we will offer the opportunity maybe to reach the junior program, but before there are many steps. So, and we will tell you more maybe later on social media, of course.
We have to wait and see. We do have to wait and see, but right now we have to go back to the grid because we're going to go racing. But I think there's a lot to learn, and I know I was reading the brochure. So if you're interested, there is a brochure in the race office, but also, online. I mean, you can find out more about the programs. Porsche's everywhere around the world, like Rotax. So it's easy to connect. And if they want more information, I know they can send an email and you will answer.
Correct.
You're going to be busy. But we already have some GT drivers on the grid, some of our drivers and 2 that we've already met as well, who race Porsche in the series. So nice to have you here. Thank you so much. And we're going to go back now to the racing.
Thank you.
Your attention please, this is a personal message for mechanics for the driver 159.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, Leanne Herberts, the driver that rolled his kart in the S's. Looking at the on-track CCTV footage, Leanne, obviously the kart rolled over with Leanne still in it. He then got out of the kart of his own power, walked onto the grass and then had a little lie down. So the good news is that he was up and walking before he lay down. So that is the positive news. He's been taken to the medical facility here at the circuit in the back of an ambulance for a check over. But for family, friends watching at home, he was walking after the incident. So that is positive. Now, the restart. The restart will be single file. You can see race director Manuel Branco there giving Austin Oman some instruction, as well as another driver with a question to talk about what happened. How are we going to do this? Emerson, well, the race order goes back to the last fully completed lap before the red flag. Riley Murrow was leading at the lap before the red flag, the last fully completed lap. Emerson McAndrew-Uren had taken the lead at the time of the red flag, but he took the lead on the lap the red flag was waved. Therefore, not everybody had completed the lap before the red flag waved. So the restart order will be Murrow in kart 122 for Sam Pollett Racing. Is being coached, driver coaching, Teddy Pritchard-Williams watching nervously on from the side. One of the assistants here taking a bit of a tumble, moving the Foo driver's kart into position. Emerson McAndrew-Uren will be second. Oliver Spencer will be third. Austin Oman fourth. Then Alfie Ward fifth. Tom Reed sixth. Josh McCormack, Max Jolly, Joshua Cook and Attica Mia will round out your top 10. Then the order is Sebastian Behrman, Alex Baroni, Julian Durma, Arthur Farrow, Soren Gallagher, Eddie Duncan, Tren Van Malik, Lucian Smith, Enzo Landry, and in 20th position, Nikola Georgievich. Ari Kallenberg, Harry Ratcliffe, Maria Roberto, Felix Chang, Khalid Medwini, Tristan Abiels, Armando Latour Tuesta, Alfie Mayer, Ryan White, Leo Livings, Robin Raikkonen, Mark Andrea Quesada. Not, I think, Raikkonen, Quesada, and I believe Leo Livings had retired by the end, but before the red flag. They will not be permitted to restart because it is not a completely new race. It is a continuation. The field will do one slow lap behind Riley Murrow, who acts as the safety car. And when they come to the line in single file, the green flag will wave, and the time, which stands at 6 minutes 12 seconds plus one lap remaining, will recommence. So this is part 2 of the race, Eric.
Voilà, donc vous le voyez, hein, les pilotes sont revenus à leur machine, ils sont installés derrière le volant de leur kart. On est en train de finir de remettre en ordre puisque, comme l'a expliqué Henri en anglais il y a quelques instants, eh bien on va repartir dans l'ordre des positions qui étaient celles lors du tour précédent, la sortie du drapeau rouge, puisque lorsque le drapeau rouge avait été brandi, on n'avait pas bouclé un nouveau tour, donc ce qui fait que Riley Murrow va donc reprendre les commandes de ce tour de restart. Donc on va partir pour un tour évidemment de remise en place. Les pilotes vont rester les uns derrière les autres, et lorsque Riley Murrow va repasser sur la ligne de chronométrage, on relancera la course, donc une course disputée en 2 parties, et on partira pour le temps qui était celui qu'il restait à parcourir avant l'apparition du drapeau rouge, c'est-à-dire 6 minutes et 12 secondes très précisément, auquel on ajoutera bien évidemment le tour supplémentaire. Donc voilà, on finit d'installer cette ligne qui va suivre le pilote qui fera office de safety car, donc Riley Murrow. On repart pour un tour de formation et ensuite la course est relancée pour les 6 minutes et 12 secondes restantes plus le tour supplémentaire.
You cannot see the eyes of Riley Murrow behind his reflective iridium visor. Emerson McAndrew Uren keeping his visor open for the time being, just looking straight ahead. Oliver Spencer tightens his gloves, just pulls them down. Each driver has their own little rituals before the start. He tightens his gloves again. He hasn't touched the steering wheel yet, does Oliver Spencer. Now he does. Austin Oman closes his visor in P4. The rest of the young drivers the clock has not restarted yet. The clock of the race begins when the leader crosses the start line the next time around. So this is the rolling lap.
Voilà, on est parti pour le tour de chauffe, puisque c'est maintenant Riley Murrow qui va donner le rythme de ce tour de chauffe ou de restart, c'est comme vous le souhaitez. En tout cas, on va partir dans l'ordre préétabli, donc au tour précédent, la sortie du drapeau rouge, pardon, et ensuite eh bien, on repart pour 6 minutes et 12 secondes plus un tour. Riley Murrow, c'est lui qui imprime le rythme, donc c'est lui qui décide si on doit aller vite ou si on doit rouler lentement. L'idée, c'est peut-être de faire attention à ces pneumatiques, puisque maintenant les pneus sont froids, ils ont refroidi, donc il va falloir les remettre en température, ce qui pourrait amener quelques bouleversements dans la hiérarchie lorsque la course va repartir.
Once again, to remind you, Leon Herberts, the driver that flipped his kart, is in the ambulance, but he did walk away from the accident before the adrenaline subsided, and he decided, oh yeah, I'm a little bit on the sore side here, but he did get up and walk away. He'll be receiving treatment here at the medical centre at the track. But to his friends and family watching back home in Belgium, fundamentally shaken but not stirred. Murrow slows the field down. McAndrew Uren, Spencer, Oman, and the rest follow through behind. The engine notes rise. The green flag waves and Murrow leads them to the line. McAndrew Uren gets a great jump. Spencer dropping a couple of kart legs into restaurant curve we go. Single file. Now the clock is ticking once again down to turn number 3.
Allez, on est reparti avec toujours eh bien, Murrow qui mène les débats avec McAndrew Uren derrière lui, et McAndrew Uren va évidemment faire le maximum pour reprendre le leadership, puisqu'il était passé en tête lorsque le drapeau rouge a été sorti, et c'est fait dans le banking. McAndrew Uren qui prend les commandes de ce restart. Oh, et Oliver Spencer est également passé. Riley Murrow est désormais 3e.
Great move from McAndrew Uren going on to the banking. Great move from Spencer coming through turn number 12. Murrow's lead now back to P3 in front of his teammate Oman, Ward, Reed, Cormac and the rest flooding through the final corner across the line. 3.5 minutes to go. Side by side further back in the pack going into turn number 1. But the 3 leaders are pushing away. They'll try to work together, or will they? It looks like no one was making a move there. There is Josh Cormac making a move in the number 112 kart. Look at Spencer. Spencer wants to push McAndrew Uren, get onto his rear bumper like that, and literally bump draft him to try and pull away from Riley Murrow. Murrow in turn will try and hook himself onto the rear bumper of Spencer's kart and push Spencer into McAndrew Uren and push all 3 of them further up the road away from their rivals, who currently are side by side with Alfie Ward passing Austin Oman. Look at the gap the top 3 have got.
assez chaud. En tête de la course, les 3 hommes de tête se sont échappés, les 3 pilotes de tête se sont un petit peu échappés, mais derrière, pour la 4e position, c'est tout simplement la guerre. À tous les étages, on a vu Alfie Ward se faire malmener, lui qui était, c'est Joshua Cook et Oman qui a été malmené, lui qui était 4e, il est passé en 6e position sur la ligne de chronométrage. Et maintenant, eh bien, c'est un tout nouveau chapitre qui s'ouvre. On est dans les 2 dernières minutes avant l'ultime boucle à réaliser. Pour l'instant, c'est toujours McAndrew qui mène la danse devant Spencer et Muro. Les 3 pilotes qui comptent environ 1,5 seconde d'avance sur le reste du peloton.
Through virage to Technopark, McAndrew Uren for Dan Holland Racing, Spencer for SP, Stan Pax Motorsport, Murrow for Sam Pollitt Racing. Murrow now onto the rear bumper of Spencer. Spencer has a look at McAndrew Uren, but McAndrew Uren defends. Behind the top 3, oh, here comes Spencer to the inside. Murrow has a little look as well. Murrow and Spencer, they can't afford to go wheel to wheel. McAndrew Uren will escape up the road. Out of turn number 8, through turns 9, 10 and 11. 11 is the banking, Spencer defending, the crossover's on, Murrow does the crossover. Have they got time to catch Emerson McAndrew Uren, who finished 2nd in this event a year ago and is currently escaping with the lead? Josh Cook is P4, then it's Ward, Behrman, Reed, Jolly, Farrow, Cormac, Dummer, Oman, Baroni, Ratcliffe and Attica Mia.
Allez, les 2 derniers tours avec McAndrew Uren qui est bien parti pour aller peut-être chercher la victoire et la grosse récompense, c'est-à-dire son billet pour la grande finale de Bahreïn. Et derrière, eh bien, on a toujours Riley, Muro et Spencer au coude à coude. Muro a réussi à prendre l'avantage sur Spencer. Spencer qui maintenant va essayer de revenir, mais cette... son dernier tour. Et on va suivre ça. McAndrew Uren qui avait terminé 2e l'an passé et qui est sur le point de s'offrir la victoire dans quelques instants.
The clock strikes 0. Emerson McAndrew Uren leads the field across the line. He looks over his shoulder. There's a long way back. Murrow and Spencer tried to close in through turn number 1, through turn 2. 2 years ago, McAndrew Uren qualified for the Grand Finals in Bahrain as a Micromax driver. 1 year ago, he qualified for the Grand Finals in Sarno, Italy as a Minimax driver. Is he about to go back to his 3rd consecutive Grand Final? The great-grandson rather, of gentleman Jeff Uren, British saloon car champion of the 1950s and 60s. Named after Emerson Fittipaldi. Through turn number 14, checkered flag, Emerson McAndrew Uren wins and books his place in Bahrain.
Superbe victoire de McAndrew Uren, on l'a vu passer la ligne d'arrivée avec les 2 bras levés, exulté après cette très belle victoire. McAndrew Uren qui aura fini par reprendre la première position. Il était déjà leader avant l'apparition du drapeau rouge. McAndrew Uren qui s'adjuge le ticket pour la grande finale de Bahreïn.
Look at the amount of drivers pulling alongside Emerson McAndrew Uren to give him a fist bump. That says more about Emerson than anything he can do during the race. Fantastic, and it's not been easy. He was pole position in qualifying. Then he had a spark plug go dead, did not start race number 1. In race number 2, he had a collision whilst battling for the lead with Riley Murrow that forced him down the order. He won race number 3, started this race from 4th after the superheat this morning. Him, his father Wayne, his brother Aston, and his mum travel together. Into the pits comes Emerson McAndrew Uren. He pulls up to the top of your screen there. Now he puts his head on the steering wheel. That is the moment where all the pent up intensity and nerves come flooding out. His mechanic is there with the high five, who has to stay away. He is shooed away, and Emerson stays with his car. Riley Murrow second, Oliver Spencer third, fourth for Josh Cook, Tom Reed, Alfie Ward, your top 6, Max Jolly, Josh Cormack, Sebastian Behrman and Austin Oman, the rest of the top 10. Then it was Alex Baroni, Arthur Farrow, as you watch McAndrew Uren, Harry Ratcliffe, Julian Soren Gallagher, your top 15. Attica Mia, Ari Kallenberg, Trent Van Malik, Eddie Duncan, and a top 20 from 32nd on the grid for Maria Roberto, Alfie Mayer, Tristan Abiels, Enzo Landry, Armando Latour Tuesta and Felix Chan in the top 25. But there is a look. Jen Wade is waiting for Emerson McAndrew Uren, your 2025 provisional Rotax International Trophy Minimax champion. There's the embrace. There's Dad Wayne with the hug. And congratulations from the other drivers. Now, Dan Mulvaney, Attica Mia's mechanic, gives Emerson a hug. The helmet will come off, and there is the face of your first international trophy champion of 2025. Jen Wade, take it away.
Emerson, what can you say?
A race.
It was an extraordinary race, and of course a little bit of a delay, but in the end, really fantastic race. And you're a winner once again in Le Mans. What is it about this place?
I really like the track and I think I'm pretty good at it. Obviously I've been here for 3 years now, so I'm very confident. And the red flag was a bit unexpected. I hope he's okay. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just really excited and happy.
Very excited, very happy. Another ticket. So the ticket's probably going to go to the next person. But you're a Le Mans International Trophy winner one more time.
What up?
There we have it. We'll see you back on the podium. Back to you, Henry.
Thank you indeed. Now Emerson has a ticket to the Grand Finals after the Steel Ring event at Trinec in the Czech Republic. So Riley Murrow may be on course to take the ticket from this event. There's a complex system of how you get your ticket at the various levels of Rotax events. This is the second level, the international level. Here is a look at the highlights from the original start of the race, with Murrow and Alfie Ward first and second. Oliver Spencer there running wide. Spencer, to his credit, did very, very well to fight back. Austin Oman, Josh Cormack, Tom Reed, all battling away. Looking down the order, we had 28 finishers, and once again remind you, Leon Herbert's The driver that flipped walked away from the accident. Then, when the adrenaline subsided, I decided I'm going to lay down and wait for medical assistance. Gary Shield from Jag Rotax, the UK Rotax distributor, congratulating Emerson McAndrew Euro. Now that was before the restart. That was the pass that didn't end, that never counted for the race lead. There's Spencer and Murrow swapping over, disputing second. This is after restart now. This battle between Spencer and Murrow, I think they both knew that Emerson McAndrew Uren had already got his ticket for the grand finals at another event, so they wanted to be first behind him. This is the restart, and McAndrew Uren wasting very little time. Very little time indeed to make his way past. There was the move on the opening lap of the restart. Off camera, Emerson McAndrew Uren is aura farming on the victory lap. There is a Porsche convertible taking the top 3 drivers round, and yes, the flooding field across the line. As we wait, the victory lap for Minimax continues, and now the walkout for Micromax, the youngest drivers, begins.
Welcome back to Le Mans. This is your idea. This is all your fault.
Yes, of course, it's my fault, but I think it was a good one. I'm really appreciating the 7th years of this international trophy. And when I just see, we are, I think, 350 drivers. This is a number, right?
Of course, 350 drivers and a waiting list of about 100 and nearly 200, I think. 70?
70,
Yeah. Okay, but Stefan, great to have you here again. I know you're a busy man, travelling all around the world, but what do you think about our racing? You're about to see one of the best races you can see, apart from maybe at the grand finals.
Every time I look at the time per lap and I compare it, which means what's the parity of the engines. So this is my aim, that we are as close as possible. And when you see this, the material is good. Everybody is doing a good job. Drivers enjoy. We must be happy seeing this at Rotax.
Of course you are, and we have to remember that. You're a manufacturer, and this is about racing. So you're all about quality and parity and all these things. And that's what we want. That's why the racing's so close. And of course, we have that flagship event, the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. But this really is the highest level event. I think international, the largest one for Rotax, where everyone can race their own material. They're coming from all around the world. And then you must be impressed when this is the best, I guess, material.
Yeah, we are impressed about the numbers of drivers, about the close racing. We invented this somehow because we know that there is not enough seat at the Grand Final. And I think having this race as well next to the Grand Final is something we missed in the Rotax Max Challenge. Now we have it. And as I said, people enjoy it. I enjoy it too. And I'm always glad coming to Le Mans. Le Mans is something.
That's right. Something special. It's where legends are born, if I can use that. And that's what this is all about. We've got the next generation right here on the grid, our youngest drivers. How impressive is this racing, really? And of course, we had the winners from the Minimax in the Porsche, which is I think it's a great idea. We should do it all the time. But can we get maybe a racing Porsche next time?
That's the plan for sure. There will be one. There is a lot of them on the other side of the fence. I think we started the cooperation. The cooperation is growing, and I think it just makes sense, that the biggest car manufacturer, let's say monobrand race series, is teaming up with the biggest monobrand race series in the world finally, even not just in karting. And I think it makes sense. And we are doing good, I think.
Of course, we had Christoph, one of the bosses who looks after that one brand concept, driving the Porsche. He's here. He's a karter. He's a race driver as well. So I think he said to me, I'm just excited to be here. This is much more interesting to watch this racing. We're going to get off the grid. Thank you so much. Welcome again to Le Mans. And thank you for this great concept. Otherwise, none of us would be here. Thank you, Stefan Gruber.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who supported this event. I know there is really a lot of people on site, and everybody's doing a great job. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Voilà l'interview du responsable Rotax qui disait qu'il était très impressionné par le niveau et la qualité du plateau ici de ce RMCIT pour le chemin jusqu'à la grande finale de Bahreïn. On va retrouver dans cette catégorie micro une première ligne de choc avec Charlie Page, le numéro 14 en pole position, avec à ses côtés Ava Lawrence, la numéro 80. Est-ce qu'une femme va enfin s'imposer et aller chercher le grand ticket jusqu'à Bahreïn? C'est tout l'intérêt de cette finale.
Independent driver, privateer number 14, Charlie Page, and Ava Lawrence looking to make a bit of history to become the first female winner of this event in any class. They share the front row. Alfie Garrett and Albert Farrow go from row number 2. The smiling Guido Ebegeni and Albie J. Stubbs, the injured Albie J. Stubbs, although he has gritted his teeth and toughed it out, smiling through the pain barrier, share row 3. Benedictus Masiokas and Dian Pahal, the only driver on a British-built chassis for the Richardson Chassis Engineering Company, start on row number 4. An all-strawberry racing, row 5, Dax Farah and Harris Barber. Chloe McGill from Scotland, whose granddad lives in Bahrain and has said she wants that ticket so she can go and visit her granddad. She starts 11th alongside Jimmy Septier. We go down the order, and look, well, Arlo Gamble. Has Arlo Gamble not gone out? Family members and friends from as far away as Banff and Bristol in the UK, all watching on. Other viewers from around the world. I watched from the top of the pit garages, the parents, the mums, blowing kisses at their children, because these drivers are 8, 9 and 10 years of age. The very oldest of them, I think, maybe just 11, no older. Into the final corner. They will head into the tram lines. This will be an 11-minute plus 1 lap race. Eric Sellis.
Non, ce n'est pas parti.
We will
Et
go.
non.
Every time I give you a massive build-up, the drivers aren't listening, Eric.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, your turn next time around. Oh, and the number 1 kart, Mikhailo Burda, there, the Praga driver for the Max Racing team, just jumping up over the back bumper of somebody else. There is one of our 2 Montenegrin drivers in the race, Marjan Djokic. Marjan made history by becoming the first driver from Montenegro to enter this event last year, and he is here again this year. At this event last year, Djokic and Greenhut had a huge accident coming out of turn number 2 on the opening lap. Both drivers are okay. Both drivers are in this race. Pedro Faria, the only driver here from Brazil in this class, and he gave me his cap this morning, which I'm very, very pleased with. I shall treasure that. History in the making for Ava Lawrence. An upset in the making for privateer driver Charlie Page, or any one of 32 others waiting for glory.
So my turn now.
Oh, okay,
I will try. I will
okay.
try. Allez, voilà. Oh, petite plaisanterie entre Henri et moi. Et voilà, attention, le départ. Non, je pense qu'il va pas être bon celui-là non plus. Non, ce n'est pas passé. Oh, mais décidément.
Uh-oh, it doesn't work for you
no,
either.
As well. Yeah. So
Well,
I guess we need to ask for Jen.
Yeah. And so for the second time of asking, there's a red flag. Proceedings will be delayed.
I guess it's the second time, no?
Yes.
Because this morning was the same problem, no?
Yes. So they're the youngest drivers. They have to get the formation right. Now, talking about watching the walk, the parade at the start, as the drivers sat in, as Jen was interviewing head of Rotax Karting, Stefan Gruber. Interesting, the different drivers. Guido Abageni, his dad is a photographer and is signed on as a member of the media here. And, Guido is there. He is in kart number 13. He was bouncing up and down, absolutely. The spirit that which he is all the time out of the kart. A bundle of smiling energy. Other drivers, Dian Bahal, aiming to become the very first Sikh to qualify to race in the grand finals for Great Britain. He was sat having a prayer and a moment in complete silence, and the young lady with the pom-poms next to Dian was looking down inquisitively and just smiling, because his preparation is far different from everybody else's. Now, Charlie Page is invited for an audience with Manuel Branco. Manuel just explaining when he wants Charlie to accelerate. And of course, when I talk about a privateer driver or an independent driver, that means that he has no teammates. He is here with his family. Yes, he has a driver coach, and yes, he has an engine builder, Danny Sweeney from RM Racing Engines, with him. Matt Scheuer being the driver coach as well as a mechanic. But their little awning, and I went to it. There's a little bit of a crash area for Charlie's younger siblings. There's a table for his mum to do her job, to do her work, and then there's the area the awning for the go-kart. So that is a real family affair. Ava Lawrence, based in Dubai, Australian heritage. Now, we've had a female heat winner in Atacamia last year. She won one of the heat races in Micromax. We've had one female podium sitter, Imke Arts from the Netherlands, in DD2 last year. And Manuel Branco, just coaching and talking to the top two. They will have learned a lot there in that conversation by saying absolutely nothing, just listening.
Ouais, effectivement, hein, les deux pilotes de la première ligne, Charlie Page et Eva Lawrence, ont été briefés par le directeur de course sur ce qu'il attendait d'eux, parce que c'est eux en fait qui donnent le timing, qui donnent le tempo de cette procédure de départ. Donc si les deux ne s'accordent pas, effectivement après, eh bien ça redécale tout le peloton et on ne peut pas valider le départ. Donc maintenant que les choses sont bien plantées, que le décor est bien planté, on va certainement repartir dans quelques instants et on espère que cette prochaine procédure de départ ira à son terme. Just one question, Henry. Can they get penalty if there is another false start?
No, I think they're allowed to, for a false start, they're allowed to so that everything is correct at the start. Now, there is an issue with Guido Ebegeni. What is going on with Ebegeni's kart? There are officials in red saying, oh, look at this, there's someone in the kart, Guido Ebegeni. He's the happiest, smiliest, most bouncy character in the paddock, but he won't take the start. His head in his hands. The MLC Motorsport driver is not being permitted to take this, and I don't know why. What has happened? Oh, that is cruel. Racing is cruel. You can see poor Guido walking off at the side of the circuit.
Number 13.
Number 13, I don't...
Alors, on ne sait pas ce qui s'est passé, mais en tout cas, le numéro 13...
Jen Wade is down there. There is fuel leaking out of the fuel tank. That is the problem. The fuel tank has got a leak in it. It has got a cut in it, and there is fuel. And of course, that cannot be allowed to take the start. Now, watch as they run back. You're looking at number 11, Marjan Djokic, Super Marjan. There's an MLC Motorsport mechanic. You can see in the yellow high vis, that's Guido's dad. You can see the MLC mechanic running back to try and solve that problem. Maybe they can get Guido out from the repair lane. Officials looking at other karts as well. Obviously, a fuel leak is, it's not against the rules. It's just a driver's safety, and that's completely understandable. No one have a complaint, so they're going to potentially give them a chance to look. If the fuel tank, there is the mechanic, there is Guido, there is our technical commissioner Paul Klassen. He will look, and you can see. The fuel tank looks well. No, the hat is the mechanic is looking down there. Can they stop that fuel leak? Was it a simple case of a connection pipe not connected? Now, that is River Hughes from Force Motorsport. He's actually Dean Pahal's mechanic, trying to help out. The signal has been given. If Guido Ebegeni is allowed to take the start, it will be from the back of the grid. If they can get that kart fixed. Guido is sat in the kart, did the combined efforts. I'm looking up there as we're watching the rolling lap, and I think Guido Ebegeni, I think they fixed the fuel leak. I think they have. Now, the technical commissioner will tell them, Paul Klassen, if he's allowed to take the restart. It'll be at the back, but he's going to be in the race. Oh, and Guido, 9 years old. Let's not forget that. And again, other teams. He's such a popular driver, Eric. Everybody loves him in the paddock. He gave us a hug in the morning. He told Jen Wade to make sure she had a nice day when she interviewed him. Here we go again.
Allez, on va repartir avec a priori Ebegeni qui va sans doute revenir sur le fond de la grille, mais qui va pouvoir participer à cette finale. Évidemment, ça sera beaucoup plus compliqué pour lui. Charlie Page et Eva Lawrence maintenant qui sont côte à côte, qui ont pris certainement en compte les consignes du directeur de course et qui vont rentrer dans ce dernier virage et qui vont, on l'espère cette fois, lancer cette finale de la catégorie micro. Allez, on accélère. Là, ça semble être beaucoup mieux au niveau Et c'est parti avec cette fois Charlie Page qui prend tout de suite les commandes en se mettant au milieu de la grille. Par contre Eva Lawrence, elle s'est faite déborder là, oulala, et elle va au large, elle va perdre beaucoup de place Eva Lawrence, et je pense que Ali Garrett et Farwa sont passés derrière le leader, derrière Charlie Page.
Here we go, you can see Ebegeni at the back of the field. The rest of the field, the through curve there, Duchan. Now into turn number 5. Single file up at the front. And leading the way, still independent driver Charlie Page. Out onto the banking for the first time. Is that Benedictus Mass? It's one of this SFR carts. In second place, I think that is Masiokas from the 4th row of the grid. What a start from Benedictus Masiokas. Then it is the first of the Tony carts. That's Dax Farah up into 3rd place, and Chloe McGill runs in P4. The young Scottish lady in cart number 15. She's got the Sam Pollitt Racing graphics kit with little flecks of pink on her race suit. There goes Ava Lawrence, wheel to wheel with her teammate Dax Farah. Page leads here in Micromax. Oh, Lawrence runs a bit wide, and I think that's Alfie Garrett. It is the 47 picking up a place. Great start, and Guido Ebegeni has picked up a position already. Ebegeni's amongst the back markers and will track his progress as well. Page and Masiokas trying to break away.
Allez, c'est chaud tant au début que sur le groupe de chasse. La tête pour l'instant, c'est toujours Charlie Page qui emmène devant Benedictas, et un petit peu plus loin derrière on retrouve Dax Farr, Chloé McGill, Ava Lawrence. C'était l'ordre de passage sur la ligne de chronométrage lors du dernier passage. Ça a un petit peu bougé puisque c'est Garrett Farrer, Farwa, Lawrence, Singh Faral qui sont désormais aux avant-postes. Et où est Chloé McGill? Chloé McGill, elle a glissé en 12e position avec son kart. Chloé, elle a le numéro 15.
3 wide further back in the pack. We look back to scan the number 13 kart of Guido Ebegeni. He's now 29th. He's passed Zakachenko, he's passed Tekrida, he's passed Piala, he's passed Jokic. Page still leads the SFR Motorsports kart of Benedictus Masiokas. Amongst the helpers, Roger Pitchford from RPM Engines, Luke Hines from the famous Hines karting family, Nathan Rawlings running the team, and SFR Motorsport now on. Oh, Dax Farah! Oh! Farah gets collected there, and SFR 234, we look, I can't see who the driver is. Farah is up and out of the cart. Farah is up and out of his cart. So is the driver that went into him. I can't see. Oh my goodness me. That Jules Shech has pounded Dax Farah. Dax, who raced with a broken bone in his arm at the British Open Championship and didn't tell anyone, sorry, a broken finger, he didn't tell anyone. He's made of tough stuff, is Dax Farah. Both drivers out of the race with the medical team, absolutely fine. You can fix metal and plastic, bones take a little bit longer. Back to the action. The red and black attack is prowling, and they've got their eyes set on Charlie Page, who has got to try and defend Masiokas Garrett and the 42 of Albert Farrow. Absolutely beautiful team driving there from the red and black attack.
Ah, ça a été une attaque groupée, on va dire, une attaque collégiale du team avec Garrett, Farroa et Benedictas qui sont passés pour Charlie Page. Maintenant, ça va être un petit peu plus compliqué. Il est en 4e position, Charlie Page, mais bon, ça va le faire. Il reste encore du temps. Il reste encore plus de 6 minutes. Il faut reprendre un petit peu, se remobiliser parce que cette attaque massive, elle a évidemment fait mal au leader. Mais là, on retrouve retrouve Benedictas aux commandes avec dans son sillage Garrett et ensuite eh bien on retrouve Faroa. Donc Charlie Page désormais quatrième.
Now there was a look. Page and LBJ Stubbs side by side. Ava Lawrence runs in fourth. Behind Ava Lawrence, Stubbs passes Page for fifth in the number 96 cut. Then it's Harris Barber and Dian Pahal. Your top eight. France 9th and 10th with Jamie Septier and Noah C. Maximilian Richkovsky, Samar Chopra, Pedro Faria, Connor Hofer and Chloe McGill. The rest of the top 15. New fastest lap, Guido Ebergenyi. 59.6 for Ebergenyi. He is motoring with 5 minutes to go. And up at the front, look at that, the red and black attack in team formation. Masiokas, Garrett and Pharaoh. The rest of the field, and there are 2, 4, 5 of them lined up behind, all driving, well, 2 for Strawberry, 1 for Sam Pollitt, 1 for RCE Force Motorsports, and 1 independent. They're going to have to form a very, very quick drivers' union here to do something about these lead 3 karts.
Allez, c'est toujours les 3 mêmes coéquipiers qui mènent la danse avec Benedictas, Garrett et Faroa. Ava Lawrence est toujours en 4e position avec ABJ Stubbs dans son sillage. Alors, il y a une course d'équipe en haut de la hiérarchie, mais il n'y aura qu'une place pour aller à Bahreïn. Qui va récupérer ce ticket? Oh, attention, Eva Lawrence qui passe à l'attaque maintenant, qui est en 3e position. Elle vient de prendre le meilleur sur Faroa. Eva Lawrence donc 3e désormais.
Ava Lawrence makes the first inroads into breaking up the top 3, but no, Garrett gets her back. Garrett gets Lawrence back at the pits corner, and that pushes Lawrence back. Here comes Harris Barber to the inside of LBJ Stubbs. And Dian Pahar at the back of this group. Dian still, all 8 of these drivers still in with a chance. They're clear of the rest. Benedictas Masiokas, he drives under a British licence. He's got Lithuanian family, Lithuanian parents. In the UK, he drives under the Lithuanian flag. Here, he has a British licence, so he has to drive under the Union flag. And he leads from Albert Pharaoh.
Allez, toujours Benedictas et Ferro aux commandes et derrière c'est toujours l'incertitude, c'est la bagarre entre Garrett, Lawrence, Page. Ça va être très très chaud parce que les pilotes sont en train de se regrouper. On pensait que les 2 pilotes de tête avaient creusé un écart suffisant, mais non, ça revient sous l'impulsion de Charlie Page qui est revenu en 4e position. Charlie Page qui emmène Ava Lawrence et on est en train d'essayer de refaire la jonction et elle est pas loin d'être réalisée avec Garrett en 3e position qui va ramener Charlie Page, qui va ramener Eva Lawrence qui a essayé de déborder Charlie Page mais qui va se faire contrer semble-t-il par Stubbs.
Stubbs passes Lawrence. That opens the door for Harris Barber and Dian Pahal. You cannot count any one of these 8 out. Jamie Septier in 9th is about to join the party. Possibly Noah C as well in 10th. Further back, it's not going to be a ticket yet for Chloe McGill. She is 13th. Guido Ebergenyi is up to 19th.
Benedictas toujours aux commandes, mais ça y est, la jonction est faite. Le duo de tête n'est plus un duo, c'est un quatuor que l'on a désormais au moment de passer sur la ligne de chronométrage avec Benedictas, avec Faroa, Garrett, Page. Barber est passé en 5e position, Stubbs est 6e et Lawrence est désormais 7e. Tout est à reconstruire pour Ava Lawrence et attention au retour de Charlie Page qui semble maintenant bien déterminé à venir semer le trouble dans le trio de coéquipiers que sont Benedictas, Faroa et Garrett.
Page now back. What can the privateer, the underdog, do about toppling the red and black attack at the front of the field? He's gonna need some help. Is he going to get it in the form of Harris Barber? What about LBJ Stubbs? We've got just over a minute to go and still any one of 8 or 9 drivers can win this. Albert Farrow to the race lead, and Page passes Garrett and Masiokas. Here comes Harris Barber. The red and black attack have been separated. What about Ava Lawrence? Behind them, Dian Pahal defending from Jimmy Septier. Page versus Farrow, with everyone else waiting to pounce. Masiokas and Barber, this is going to slow them down. This side-by-side moment's going to slow them down and give Page and Farrow a chance to escape. Is that enough of a gap with 30 seconds plus a minute to go? I'm not sure it is. But Charlie Page has broken through the defences and will get at least one shot at the lead before the rest of them catch back up.
Allez, Charlie Page, toujours impressionnant. Il a doublé 2 pilotes d'un coup dans ces derniers enchaînements du côté du Technopark et du virage du paddock. Et là, il est revenu pour mettre la pression sur Farrow, alors que derrière, c'est pareil. Hein. C'est la grosse explication entre Barber, Benedictas, Lawrence, Garrett. Bien malin. Oh, Page qui va passer à l'intérieur dans le premier virage. Est-ce que ça va passer? Oui. Charlie Page qui reprend les commandes de cette finale. Nous sommes dans le dernier tour.
What a move from Charlie Page. Barber on the grass. Ebegeni sets the fastest lap. It was wheel to wheel. Page just squeezed through. Farrow fighting back. Masiokas in third. Now Charlie Page, it's you against the world, Charlie. They're going to be coming at you from all angles on the back straight. It's now or never. Farrow with a great run. Page defends. Watch for the crossover. Page has got it. It's going to be, or is it the privateer? The little engine that could. Page is your champion. What a race.
Quelle course de Charlie Page. Charlie Page qui était repassé en 6e position, qui est revenu et qui est venu coiffer tout le monde sur la ligne dans le dernier tour. Il a su résister jusqu'au bout. Charlie Page qui s'impose et qui gagne donc cette finale micro. Quelle course de Charlie Page. Vraiment incroyable. And the question is, where is Charlie? Charlie is on the podium.
Charlie has won the golden ticket. It's not to the chocolate factory, it's to Bahrain. And it does mean that Mrs. Page needs to get the hair dye out. It's going to be green and orange like the colour of her son's crash helmet. Oh, what a race. Farrow second. We have another young lady on the podium, Ava Lawrence. What a drive from Ava Lawrence to finish third. Masiokas fourth, Garrett fifth. Sixth position, LBJ Stubbs. Stubbs 0.4 of a second behind the winner in P6. Dian Pahal 8th, Harris Barber 7th, Dian Pahal 8th, Noah C and Jeremy Septier. I don't think Charlie Page has just believed what he has achieved. Danny Sweeney has one engine here. It's in that go-kart, Aurum Racing Engines. Matt Scheuer is coaching one driver here. It's Charlie Page. Fantastic. It shows you privateers, independents can still do it at this level. And when we get to Bahrain, there's CC the scrutineer pushing Charlie's kart into the inspection area. And the hand on the head, Charlie, you've got to take your crash helmet off. We need to see that smile, Charlie Page. And quickly, Guido Ebegeni finished 14th. From the back of the grid.
Oh, Charlie, you're in the post.
There's Jeremy Magnier. There's Charlie's mum over the fence there. Hair dye incoming. There's the mechanic. Mechanics have to stay behind the thing. Fist pumps all around. Charlie's dad is here as well. Oh, The relief. Yes, Charlie, you got to do an interview now, because that's what all the international trophy champions have to do.
Charlie Page, when he stops crying, and I stop crying, come on, Charlie, let's go through here. We're going to go for a ride in a Porsche.
Just remind him that his mum's got to dye her hair now, and those tears will go and there'll be a big grin on his face, Jen. And the first person that congratulates him is Guido Ebegeni. What does that tell you? Chloe McGill and Guido, the heartbreak from Guido lost a chance to win that, and is the first person to give the race winner a hug. That tells you a lot about these young men and women. It tells you an awful lot. Karting can be cruel, but my goodness, it grows fantastic young men and women that will send them far in life. There's the parade car.
Will he drive? Will he drive the Porsche?
He should drive it.
Voilà, vous voyez le visage angélique de Charlie Page, le vainqueur. On va écouter Jen en interview, je pense maintenant qu'il va pouvoir interviewer le vainqueur qui n'en revenait pas, et notre féminine également qui est là, Eva Lawrence, qui va monter sur le podium pour cette finale.
Thought Jen's going to get in the car. Let's quickly hear from Charlie Page if we can.
Charlie, a big cheer. There he goes. He's the man. We'll catch up with Charlie as soon as he comes back in the Porsche.
Okay, Jen, fair enough. Jen, you know, you're down there. What's the emotion like as the next grid comes out?
Well, the emotion from the last race is quite overwhelming. You see the drivers are just in disbelief, running over to the mechanic, mum screaming over the fence, Charlie, Charlie. And the next thing, we're back on the grid and it all starts again.
Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly.
que ce que l'on a vécu lors de la catégorie précédente, de la course précédente. Et on va retrouver Jen en interview avec le vainqueur de la course précédente.
I'm just having a little discussion with Charlie Page about what happened in that last lap. A last lap dash, Charlie.
Yeah, like I just saw the door open into the first corner, then I just used a bit of the curb to pull me round, and then I made the move.
I think he was surprised. He wasn't expecting that.
No, he wasn't, because he thought he just closed the door enough to not make me go in, so I just used a bit of the curb to make me go in.
It's always great to get inside the head of the race driver, especially when you're the winner of your Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals ticket to Bahrain.
Yeah, it's like...
You excited?
Yeah, really excited for Bahrain.
You want to say thanks to anyone?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to my abuelo, because he's in the hospital, he's not feeling that great. And then I say thanks to my mum, my dad, my driver coach, Orium, of just making me have good power, my dad, my driver coach, and yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone basically, yeah.
And all the fans out there watching.
Thanks.
Thanks. We're going to say congratulations. We're going to see you at the podium. A little bit of a celebration and some prizes. Okay? See you there. Go and have some fun.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, let's go back. We're going to go on the grid now and go back to the guys in the commentary.
Yes, thanks Jen. Et voilà, et Paul qui a vraiment été incroyable dans sa course et qui a encore du mal au travers de ses explications, qui a encore du mal à réaliser qu'il va partir à Bahreïn pour tenter de gagner la grande finale. Ça sera du côté de Bahreïn au mois de fin octobre, début novembre, si je ne dis pas de bêtises. Mais en tout cas, voilà, ça fait plaisir. Et puis c'est ce qu'on a remarqué aussi, c'est l'une des catégories où les courses sont disputées mais où c'est très très propre. I was saying that it was a very tough race but very clean race.
Yeah, it was. If the rest of the racing is like that, then we're going to be in for an excellent day. We go from the youngest to the oldest. DD2 Masters, drivers aged 31 and over. Plenty of storylines. You could see on the left-hand side of your screen there, Roger Young walking off. Roger pulled his back out last night. He walks back over there. He was in hospital at 5 a.m. this morning. He has gritted his teeth. Roger, everyone calls him Uncle Roger because he has pushed Chinese Taipei and the island of Taiwan to so many things to get them into karting. He's got the Gulf crash helmet, and he desperately wanted to be able to lead the team from the front. It hasn't quite happened in this weekend. Standing up there, 59-year-old Christopher Adams in the yellow race suit. The first ever DD2 Masters champion back in 2008 when this category was introduced. At the front of the field is Zen Derua in the green SSC Sportstill kart. Zen was the DD2 Grand Final champion last year. Now he is old enough to race Masters. He's just become a father, and during the lunch break, Zen and his young son Cruz was in his pushchair, and Zen was just walking Cruz down the paddock in a world of his own, the best calming preparation for any race. A quick word about Jack Dex on row number 2. Now Jack, I've got to say, he's a lovely guy, Jack is. He's getting married in October. My goodness me, he won't shut up about it. Talk about being bridezilla. Jack Dex, yeah, we know you're getting married. We know that your future wife is lovely, but come on. We don't need to hear about it 24/7. Right. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. It's Zen Derua and Charles Sagan on row number 1. Gabriel Zugel from Argentina and Jack Dex on row 2. Robert Schlunzen and Maxime Graboway, row 3. Vivian Cusack-Pico, former winner of this event.
There is
and
a
Alex
problem.
Fielenbach. And
Brassler, Jeremy Brassler, 616.
Jeremy Brassler out of the race, the driver for the KMD team. We're down to 28. He will not start all on row number 6. Moritz Canopias and Nadia Kabaj, Christophe Capitan, the showman Harold Watson, Lucas Joly, Kibjorn Edstrom, Peter Gutai, Henry Taleb, Jimmy Chaumier, Fernando Guzzi, Jamie Billings, Fabio Creti, Christoph Adams, Kirilo Biriuk is not out there again, Dirk Prochnow, Sylvain Laville, Uncle Roger Young, Bonzi Billings, Manuel Martins and Wim Rouleau. Can Zendarua do a unique double? DD2 champion 1 year, Masters champion the next year. He's got to get to Bahrain first. He's got a good chance here. But these are the most experienced drivers in the Rotax family, and they're coming to the line 13 minutes plus a lap.
Alexander Roux qui donne le tempo là, qui accélère avec Charles Seguin. Je pense que ça va pas être validé. Ouais, trop d'écart. Décidément, cet après-midi, c'est compliqué. It's quite tough this afternoon.
Yeah, every class so far has had at least one false start. That gives you an idea of the magnitude of what is happening. There is the number 602 kart, Manuel Martins, the Portuguese driver, starting at the back of what would be a 27 kart field. The biggest DD2 Masters, we had 29 at the start, have lost 2. They're still, they're somewhere in France, I'm sure, but they're not on circuit. We have a look. Zugella in the red and white Munaretto Performance Birol ART. Sergan driving for the NPS team. That's Nicolas Pico Sport. Nicolas Pico is the current DD2 Masters Grand Finals champion. I believe he's already got his ticket to Bahrain. So who will he face in one of the we know he will face Rubens Barrichello as one of his rivals, the ex-Ferrari Formula 1 driver. He has qualified for Bahrain. It'll be his 5th Grand Final, so yes, Formula 1 drivers do still race karts, and Rubens Barrichello will be racing in Bahrain against some of these drivers. And Rubens has never won a Grand Finals.
Xanderu, allez, Xanderu qui donne l'impulsion au moment de rentrer dans la dernière ligne droite avant la procédure de départ. Voilà, on calme le jeu et on va certainement accélérer progressivement. Voilà, cette fois je pense que ça va être validé. Oui, un départ validé. Xanderu qui donc prend les commandes, alors que derrière, eh bien, c'est le pilote argentin Zugella qui a pris la 2e position. Malheureusement pour lui, Charles Seguin s'est fait devancer. Il est désormais 3e, juste devant Jack Dex.
And the field head into turn number 3. Darua leads, a good start from Zugella. Sergan slots into 3rd. Dex is 4th. Side by side for about 6th place on back. There is the Kraft Motorsport entry of Alex Fielenbach picking up a position, I believe. This could be a very different type of tactical race. DD2. Hannes Uberfeld, a driver that is well aware of this class, watching from Germany. Hello, Hannes. And support coming in for lots of support for Maurice Canopias. Maurice, who has won a Grand Finals title, been on the podium in the Grand Finals at least once, including last year in the E20 Masters class, the electric karting part. Sem Canopias, his son, will start the DD2 final next from pole position. Zugella, a podium finisher in the Grand Finals back in 2015. Darua leading. Sergan, Dex. Dex was the runner-up in this event last year. Jack Dex, team owner in the UK, owner driver, has never been to the Grand Finals. Then it's Maxime Gravaway in the number 605 KPR machine, that purple and pink. Henry, shut up. It's orange and blue. There he goes. Then everybody else.
Allez, nouveau passage sur la ligne de chronométrage avec le groupe de tête toujours emmené par Xen Derou et Zugela, le pilote argentin qui est en deuxième position, qui a subi une première attaque de Charles Seguin qui l'a repoussé, mais là cette fois le français qui retente sa chance et elle est fructueuse cette fois, cette tentative pour Charles Seguin qui s'empare de la deuxième position. Jack Dex est toujours quatrième et derrière on a Maxime Gravouillet qui est en 5e position pour le français. Attention, Jacques Dex qui attaque également à son tour Zugela qui est désormais 4e.
Further back, Uncle Roger running 23rd at the moment, toughing it out. So, Dex to P3. What a wedding present that would be. I mean, here we go, honey. We're off to Bahrain. Yeah, you've got to watch me ride go-karts, but hey, it's Bahrain. There's Fabio Creti on the Haas chassis, the Honolulu racing driver going through. Dex, he's driving injured. He fell off his mountain bike, silly boy, which tells you that you should drive go-karts, not ride mountain bikes. It aggravated an old ankle injury, did Jack Dex. He says it actually gets less painful the more he drives. But as you can see, the crowd here at Le Mans is pretty special. Standing room only out on the banking. The car park, I'm looking back, is jam-packed here. People watching, there are several thousand people here watching, thank you, and there are several thousand people watching on YouTube as well as we look at Gravaway now coming into pressure from the 623 cut of Robert Schlunzen.
Allez, Xen Derou qui emmène toujours le peloton avec Charles Seguin dans son sillage et Jack Dex, les trois pilotes qui essayent de creuser l'écart sur Zugela, le pilote argentin, mais le pilote argentin tente de s'accrocher à l'échappement de Jack Dex qui est devant lui. C'est un petit peu plus compliqué, mais pour l'instant il garde le contact. En revanche, il y a une cassure qui est faite entre Zugela et Gravouillet qui est en 5e position. On a une dizaine de mètres d'écart. Ça y est, le trio n'est plus un trio mais un quatuor. Oula, attention derrière, ça se chauffe entre Gravouillet, Schlunzen et Fillenbach. On va voir qui a pris le meilleur dans ce groupe de chasse et c'est Schlunzen qui est passé désormais en 5e position, qui a pris le meilleur sur le français.
New fastest lap of the race, Gabriel Zugela. He's in P4. He's at a 53.72. That's just 0.05 of a second quicker than the race leader. So Xen Derou is setting a pretty mean pace. The lead group is spread out. Now, this may not have the same amount of overtaking as the Micromax race, but this is a purist's race. These are drivers with decades in terms of experience. They're not professional kart racers, but they're career kart racers. And although Gabi Zugela races touring cars in Argentina, as Dex runs a little bit wide going into the virage to Technopark. Schlunzen, Gravaway, Fielenbach and Morris Knoppers in kart 674. He's up to P8. Then it's Cusack Pico, Joly, Capitan, Cabage, Chaumier, Watson, Taleb, Edstrom, Gutsi, Jamie Billings, Laville, Creti, top 20. Then Peter Gutai, Uncle Roger in P22. Wim Rouleau, Christoph Adams, Bonzi Billings and Manuel Martins. Dirk Prochnow has sadly retired, so we have 26 runners left, and Charles Seguin is closing in on Xen Derou.
Allez, Charles Seguin qui revient dans le sillage de Xen Derou, mais pour l'instant Xen Derou est très bien installé aux commandes de cette finale. Il maîtrise pour l'instant son sujet. Il reste encore beaucoup de temps à parcourir, plus de 6 minutes 30 encore, auquel on ajoutera bien évidemment le tour réglementaire et supplémentaire plus exactement. Jack Dex lui essaye de s'accrocher au rythme du duo de tête, mais c'est compliqué pour l'instant pour le Britannique, d'autant plus que Zugela Zugela est en train de revenir. Donc Jack Dex doit à la fois cravacher pour revenir sur le duo de tête, mais aussi surveiller ses arrières, parce que Zugela tout à l'heure a réalisé le meilleur tour en course. C'est Vivien Cussac-Picot qui l'a réalisé dans ce dernier passage sur la ligne de chronométrage. Mais pour l'instant, rien n'est fait dans cette finale DD2 Masters. Xen de Roue est pour l'instant en ballottage favorable. Mais attention, attention, Charles Seguin n'a pas dit son dernier mot.
Well, this is where Jack Dex and Gabby Zugela need to be smart. As Sagan closes in, the last thing that they need to do is battle. They need to stay single file and as close as possible. Sagan, again having a little look going into turn number one. De Rua covering the inside line. Sagan, is he going to have a look at the braking? Of course, these carts have got front brakes, 2-speed carts. Anthony Ellsworth saying, have I missed the DD2 final? No, you have not, Anthony. That is up next. This is DD2 Masters. Will Ellsworth goes in the next race. Out onto the banking. This is lap number 9. We still got 5 minutes to go. De Rua now has to turn the pressure up. He's withstood the first attack from Charles Sagan. He now has to turn the wick up a little bit more to see if Sagan can respond. Sagan at the moment looking like he can respond as Robert Schlunson in 5th position sets a new fastest lap. Sagan's looking at that turn 1, Eric. He's looking at turn 1, but that's 3 laps in a row now that De Rue has not given him any gap to make a move.
Voilà, Xen de Roue toujours aux commandes avec Charles Seguin qui cherche à trouver l'ouverture sur le leader, mais qui n'y parvient pas. En tout cas, on sent Charles Seguin plus à l'aise dans le dernier secteur du tracé après le freinage de la rectiligne, l'enchaînement du virage du Technopark et le virage du paddock qui lui permet de rentrer beaucoup plus rapidement, me semble-t-il, en tout cas visuellement, dans le secteur numéro 1. Et ensuite, Xen de Roue maintient cet écart, notamment dans la partie sinueuse qui va jusqu'au banking. Encore une fois, voilà, regardez, Charles Seguin qui revient dans le sillage de Xen de Roue. Il va essayer de passer à l'intérieur au virage numéro 1. Non. Et Charles Seguin qui s'est ravisé, mais voilà, on sent il est en train de poser des jalons pour pouvoir attaquer ultérieurement.
Okay, Sagan's going to have to change his tactics now. He's shown his hand to Xen de Rua. De Rua knows what to expect going into turn number 1. So Sagan has to think about a different point of attack. Will it be into the banking? Will it be into Virage du Technopark? Behind him, 3rd, 4th and 5th, Dex, Zugela and Schlunson all run about 7/10 of a second behind Sagan. Sagan might have to do something pretty special. Behind the top 5, Gravowy and Fielenbach, 6th and 7th, Cusack-Pico. Now look, already De Rua is defending, so there's no option there. Sagan is going to have to think twice, possibly turn 3. He's not close enough to make a move yet. 3 minutes plus a lap to go.
Allez, Charles Seguin qui n'arrête pas d'imprimer la pression sur Xen de Roue, mais Xen de Roue qui est imperturbable. Pour l'instant, il ne s'est jamais retourné pour voir où était Charles Seguin. Vous me direz qu'il entend peut-être son kart, tellement l'écart est faible entre les deux châssis. Mais Xen de Roue, il est imperturbable. Il imprime son rythme, il fait sa course. Et Charles Seguin, pour l'instant, à de très très rares exceptions, n'a pas été en mesure de l'inquiéter. Encore une fois, très à l'aise dans ce pif-paf ici avant le retour sur la ligne de chronométrage. Et dans quelques instants, le virage numéro 1 va-t-il se décaler pour tenter d'intimider Xen de Roue? Non, cette fois il est resté derrière et Xen de Roue commence à fermer un petit peu les portes.
Sagan has the faster cart. De Rua has track position. 2 minutes to go. The gap back to Jack Dex in 3rd place is just hovering over half a second. Zugela not close enough to challenge Jack Dex. This is a brutally hard physical race. You may think to yourself, oh, there's not much overtaking, but no, this is every single lap being driven to the absolute 100% maximum, and the temperature has risen. The skies have cleared. You can see the sunshine glinting off the top of the crash helmets and the bodywork of the drivers and karts. It's hot, it's physical. These karts do nearly 130 kilometers an hour. Sagan not close enough this time. They're pushing and pushing and pushing each other away from the rest of the competition, but the rest of the competition keep fighting back as well. De Ruyter cannot miss an apex. He has to be inch perfect. There are 17 corners on this circuit. That means 17 corner entries, 17 apexes, 17 corner exits. He has to be inch perfect at every one, every lap. If he's not, Sagan will pounce and pass him.
Allez, Charles Seguin qui encore une fois dans le sillage. Il reste 20 secondes maintenant, 20 secondes avant la fin du temps réglementaire plus un tour. On est donc dans les deux derniers tours. 2 tours encore à parcourir, 2 tours pour Charles Seguin pour trouver l'ouverture pour Xaine de Roux. Il est très très à l'aise quand même dans la dernière partie du tracé Charles Seguin. Je me demande s'il va quand même pas attaquer à cet endroit entre le virage du Technopark et le virage du paddock. On l'a vu plusieurs fois se décaler au virage numéro 1. Mais peut-être qu'il tentera une attaque dans le dernier tour au niveau du dernier secteur. Affaire à suivre. Pour l'instant, Xaine de Roux a l'avantage. Il est leader. Il tient toujours cette première position. Reste à savoir si Charles Seguin pourra l'attaquer.
And now Xaine de Roux, as the clock strikes 0, this is critical. You'll see the last lap board next time by De Ruyter hits the curb through Pitts Bend. Sagan has maybe got 1, possibly 2 opportunities. He'll swing to the outside. He'll try the dummy. It hasn't worked. De Ruyter backs him up. Where is Dex? Is Dex closing in? Now De Ruyter defends. Zugella passes Dex for P3. Sagan looking for a way. Is France going to take the win, or will Slovenia get it behind them? Oh, Zugella off track. Jack Dex now all on his own in third. Sagan is running out of time. Eric Salis.
Seguin, allez, on va attendre. Je pense qu'il va l'attaquer dans le dernier secteur. Comme je le disais, il était très à l'aise dans le virage du Technopark au bout de la ligne droite. Le Technopark et le virage du paddock. Attention, c'est maintenant ou jamais pour Charles Seguin, sinon ça sera terminé pour lui. Xaine de Roux qui va conserver le leadership et qui va aller s'imposer. Oh, c'était chaud, mais Xaine de Roux qui s'impose pour quelques millièmes.
Xaine de Roux celebrating before he crosses the line. The winning margin, 0.03 of a second. 0.033 of a second. Had that race gone another 10 meters, we'd have a different winner. And there is Xaine de Roux, another driver respected throughout the karting community. The handshakes from his rivals. Oh, that was close. And Xaine de Roux celebrates his biggest international victory since becoming a father. And he will get to share, well, the first nappy change for Cruz after this will be a happy one. Never before in the history of fatherhood has a dad been as happy to change a dirty nappy than what Xaine de Roux will be the next time Cruz shows his appreciation and love. What a result. Sagan second, Dex third. It's not to be. Now Jack Dex can go back. And there is Roger Young. Uncle Roger finishes 24th. He was battling with Christoph Adams, Wim Rouleau. That's a gutsy drive from Roger, who I saw this morning. He could not stand this morning. You know, somebody give that man in the blue crash helmet a cigarette and a whiskey, preferably a bottle.
Alexander Roux donc qui s'est imposé pour 33 millièmes très précisément devant Charles Seguin. Il a célébré un tout petit peu tôt et heureusement comme le disait Henry la ligne d'arrivée n'était pas 15 ou 20 mètres plus loin parce que la configuration du podium aurait peut-être été différente. Et regardez cette image entre Xander Roux et Charles Seguin qui se serrent la main, qui se félicitent. En tout cas ça a été une très belle course.
So, Zugella 4th, off the podium, Schlunson 5th, Fielenbach 6th, Cusack Pico 7th, Lucas Jolly in 8th, Maxime Gravaway, Moritz Knoppers takes a top 10 and will now turn his attention to watching his son Sem in the next race. Nadir Kabaj, Christophe Capitan, Jimmy Chumier, Harold Watson and Henry Taleb, your top 15. Fernando Guzzi, Jamie Billings, Keebjorn Edstrom, Sylvain Laville and Peter Gutai is 20. Then Fabio Creti, Wim Rouleau, Chris Adams, Roger Young and Bonzi Billings with Manuel Martins rounding out the field. We'll let Papa Derua take his crash helmet off, but Jen Wade, that's a good race. Jack Tex shakes his hand. Jen, what? Jen, say hi to Zen. Zen, say hi to Jen.
Et on voit à l'arrivée. Jen, sorry.
We're on our way to the Porsche then, but what a drive. That's why you're the world number 1 in DD2.
Yeah, but every race always needs to be driven. We had different races. Every race track was a little bit different. We struggled, we couldn't close the qualifying lap, so we had to fight our way to the front. But starting from pole and didn't let go, so very happy with the result.
Yeah. I think Henry Baudet was winding everyone up, and Eric, we were watching, really watching every moment. You started to cover a little, defend a little, but he was fast, Charles.
He was fast, yeah. I could hear him the last 3-4 laps come closer. Also the race director said not to close too early, so I just left it for the last 2 laps. I think there is respect between us and we made it a nice finale. So again, very happy with the result and can't wait to go back to Bahrain.
We can't wait either. Will he go back-to-back DD2 and DD2 Masters Grand Finals winner? Zenderu. And of course, as he said, a lot of respect between the drivers. So well-deserved. Jack Dex looks like he's in a little bit of pain.
Well, he's now thinking about planning his wedding again because he hadn't shut up about it all week.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it. I'm not sure what it is, but his face is telling the story.
Well, he's just seen the bill for the wedding photographer.
Voilà la Porsche Cabriolet, la 911 Cabriolet qui va venir avec les trois premiers pilotes de cette finale et qui vont venir devant vous là sur la ligne droite des stands, la ligne droite de départ, donc salué par le public, les applaudissements donc pour Xander Roux, le vainqueur qui signe la performance qui lui ouvre grand les portes de la grande finale de Bahreïn, donc qui sera disputée au mois fin octobre.
We watch the parade lap for DD2 Masters. We'll take a short break and be back soon with DD2.
Not the boys, they're experts. Ready? Well, here we are at the International Trophy in Le Mans, and of course, I've stumbled upon a couple of the really fast drivers in DD2. I hope you're fast. Okay, we've got Yannis Stiek and of course Giorgio Amati. Welcome to Le Mans. And of course, this is the place where legends are born, but I know you guys are doing something completely different. Of course, we have a collaboration at Rotax and here at 3MK with the International Trophy and Porsche. And I think it's really special to just find out a little bit more about the guys behind the scenes. Yanni, just tell me briefly how you got into motorsport and of course a little bit about karting and why we find you here.
Yeah, I started in rental karting, and then of course I got into junior and senior Rotax, and yeah, in the end quite successful. And yeah, then I did my first test in the Porsche Cup car, and now I'm driving in a Porsche 6 Cup Deutschland and Porsche Mobile One Super Cup. And yeah, this week I was free, and my team asked me to come and to have a fun weekend. And yeah, until now it's quite okay.
I think it's always fun to be back in the go-kart. We've seen you at the grand finals representing Team Germany. Of course, you've won that special ticket. But how important or how significant was karting? And what do you really learn in that part of your racing career?
Yeah, I would say it was the best school for motorsport to start in karting. Yeah, I would say I learned how to drive really races, how to overtake, how to drive smart, and yeah, it helps me a lot in cup car racing.
Of course, we know then you'll have the racecraft, and a lot of the drivers don't always come through karting, but maybe they should come and do some events like this, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure, makes a lot of fun, and great to be back in karting.
Great to have you here. Of course, Giorgio, I'm wondering, how have you got time? Because you're also a guy that's busy with your team Infinity, of course, but you're here. So how did you get into motorsport and how do you have time for this?
I was dreaming about Formula One when I was really young, but I was also a good football player. So till 13, I was playing football, and then I started racing, and I love it from the first day of my life in a kart. Then I tried to getting better and better. I won the Rotax Italian Champion in senior category. Then I did the World Championship in Portimao, and it was amazing. It's really difficult to find a moment to test. I did 3 days of testing this year in DD2, but I want to say a really big thanks to my team Infinity where I'm doing team manager for them, and they gifted me about this race, and we are doing not really bad because we did P7 and P4 in the 2-heat, and it's really nice because karting teach you everything about motorsport. It's the art of motorsport. Here you can really learn how to drive a kart, but also a car race, everything.
Do you ever think about that if I just had more time for karting? Because it is, I think, in your heart. Like you say, you fell in love with it, passionate about it. And also for your team, I think, to look at you and say, wow, you're actually there doing it. It must be really special.
Yeah, for me it's really special. I love every corner with the kart, and the team is really looking forward for me. I have a lot of pressure, but I love this pressure because everyone is here cheering for me, and I really want to enjoy every moment of this weekend. Is as a wonderful organization and race. Yeah.
But more importantly, you're here racing. It's fun. And you get to do some of what you love, and no one can say you don't know what you're talking about when you're actually helping the other drivers. The same with yourself in Porsche. I'm sure sometimes you're thinking, oh, it's just like being on the kart track. But of course we're here, we're having fun. We're going to have to say goodbye now because we've got to go racing. But you guys have to get on the grid. But really nice to have both of you here, and I hope you enjoy it. Good luck. We want to see you here on the podium tomorrow.
Fingers crossed.
Okay? Fingers crossed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Back on the grid then, and we're about to go racing. Will Ellswood, how are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling confident. Quali was a struggle, but we've worked our way back up through the grid, and now we're in with a shot, so let's see what we can do.
You are in with a shot, and we know that you know what to do, but it's a long race, isn't it?
It is a long race. Start's going to be most important, and then let's see where it leaves us, and we can hopefully come away with a win.
Okay, well, we'll be watching, riding on board with you on the live stream. Anyone you want to say a quick hi to, because I think you've got some fans and family and friends watching.
Yeah, I know my family and friends will be watching at home. Hi everyone, and let's see what we can do.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Good luck.
Tell Will that his cousin Theo is watching and wearing his lucky hat. apparently. Here's the interview everyone wants. Biggest support on the live chat, Sam.
Lots of support on the live chat. So just a quick hello before we get, tossed off the grid. It's been a good week.
It's been a good week up until now, but as all the other competitors know here as well, it's just the final that matters really. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone here in the crowd's looking forward to it as well. Should be a good show, and everyone at home as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys all are as well.
Let's see if we can get a cheer from the crowd. Are we looking forward to the DD2 race? Yes? No? They're asleep.
They're not looking forward to it.
Okay, as long as we're looking forward to it, and everyone, I could hear everyone on the live stream. Actually, I can see everyone watching on the live stream. Good luck. Sam, he was our pole sitter, and he's also leading us into the final. Back to you guys in the commentary.
Thanks, Jen. I want to pick up on something that Sam Canopia's just said. He said about the crowd. The crowd here is the biggest I have seen in a kart race since last year's FIA World Championship at PF International. The banking is packed. The garages and pit walls is standing room only, some places 2 and 3 deep. This is Rotax's ultimate class, DD2, and it's the Dutchman Sam Canopias and Czech Republic's Jakob Bazel sharing row number 1. Christian Baumgartner from Austria and Will Ellswood on row number 2. Privateer driver Latvia's Edgars Vilkans on row 3 alongside France's Baptiste Schneider. Knud Nielsen, Johnny Bravo, David Mastiakevich on row 4, Michael Racina and Harry the Lion Hannum. It's just his third kart race the last 18 months for Harry, and it's the second time he's ever driven a DD2, and he's there in 10th. Patrick Donica, Ludovic Saboin, Ben De Sabo, Lawrence Herberts, Giorgio Marti, Len Nace, Petter Bazel, a former Grand Finals champion, Jan Stiak, Ragnar Vieras and Antoine Barbarou, more Grand Finals champions. Then it's William Christensen, Latvia's Gustav Usakovs, Lebanon's Matthias Najem, Rasmus Vendelbo, Imke Arts, who is now the first of 2 female drivers to ever podium at this event, all the way back to South Africa's Jamie Smith at the back of the field. Here we go!
Et c'est parti avec un très bon départ du poleman là qui tient sa position même s'il est attaqué de tous les côtés avec derrière Baumgartner en 3e position qui cherchait lui aussi à s'infiltrer et on attaque à l'intérieur du virage numéro 2 par Bezel Jacob qui a été impressionnant, on aurait dit qu'il n'avait pas freiné.
Jakob Bazel making the move, and he had to do it. The problem that you have when you dominate heat races and superheats in the way that Sam Canopias has done is that everybody else knows they've got probably half a lap to put you back into second place and drag you into a bare knuckle fist fight. That's what Jakob has done. Now it's game on. Here comes Vilkans on the privateer Sodi kart up into P3, Baumgartner 4th. It looks like Knud Nielsen is 5th. This is game on now. The Sam Canopias fan club on the live chat they're gonna be eating their popcorn, but some of it's gonna start tasting a little bit sticking in the throat because it's not gonna be a joyride for Sam, Super Sam the man.
Bazel Jacob toujours devant avec Canopias dans son sillage, mais quelle attaque au 3e virage de Jacob Bazel qui a été vraiment impressionnant. On aurait dit qu'il n'y avait absolument pas de frein sur son kart. Il a ouvert la porte avec rage et avec vigueur et c'est maintenant lui qui mène les débats. Mais attention, il y a énormément de temps à parcourir dans cette finale et rien n'est fait. On peut faire attention et on peut faire confiance à Canopias pour lui aussi venir un petit peu titiller le leader. Et attention à Vilkans derrière qui est revenu dans le sillage des deux hommes de tête.
Oh, getting closer. Bazell knows he has to defend. That is, Bazell knows if he opens the door, Knoppers will go and Knoppers will disappear. So he has to drag up. Look at Christian Baumgartner and Edgars Vilkans round the outside. It's a Slim Shady from Vilkans for P2, and up into third place is Len Nice. The Belgian driver, Len Nice rather. The whole group at the front, Bazell, Vilkans. We've had one privateer driver upset the apple cart in Micromax. Are we going to get another one in DD2?
Ah, c'est incroyable, la lutte là pour le groupe de chasse là, ça part dans tous les sens. En tout cas, c'est incroyable, les positions qui s'échangent à tous les coups et à tous les tours. Len Nuys maintenant est en troisième position, le pilote belge avec le numéro 536. On l'a vu tout à l'heure, hein, il y a eu une attaque et le groupe a explosé, tout simplement a implosé, et ça a changé de position à tous les virages. Et maintenant c'est Bazel Jacob qui évidemment mène les débats et qui se retourne beaucoup, mais pour l'instant avec Vilkens ils ont fait le trou par rapport à leurs poursuivants. Il faut qu'ils continuent comme ça tous les deux pour s'expliquer peut-être un petit peu plus tard vers la fin de la finale. Il reste encore plus de 9 minutes 30 à parcourir.
Now Bazell, you see him opening the radiator flap. Let the engine breathe, cool it slightly. He's not under any pressure right now. He's put his foot down, he's done what he had to do, and Knoppers has dropped way back. Was Sam Knoppers too good in the heats? Here he goes, he crosses the line. Knoppers, well, he's gone. Knoppers is out. He's out of the race. The Dutchman is out.
Just after the banking, I get there is a car stopped just after the banking. Maybe it's him.
Yeah, it must be him. What went wrong for Sam Knoppers? It won't be a ticket for Super Sam on this occasion. Will Ellsworth, Harry Hannum making moves. Johnny Bravo, and a big problem, a spin coming off the banking. Somebody gets turned round and almost gets T-boned, but the driver behind just missed him. Here are your leaders. It's Jakob Bazell, Edgars Vilkans and Len Nice, with Ellsworth, Rosina and Knut Nielsen giving chase. Ellsworth gets shown the door at turn number 1, back to P6.
Ah oui, ça bagarre à tous les étages. On a vu ici Ellsworth qui était en tête dans le premier virage, qui a été obligé d'élargir et qui finalement de 3e est repassé en 6e position. 4e il est repassé en 6e position, pardon. Et devant, eh bien le trio continue d'accélérer la cadence avec Jacob Bazell qui est toujours aux commandes, qui passait beaucoup de temps à se retourner, mais là ça va un petit peu mieux. Il est en train de creuser un léger écart sur Vilkans qui tente de suivre le rythme imposé. Et attention à Len Nuys, le pilote belge qui a réalisé le meilleur temps en course lors du dernier passage et qui récidive à l'instant même.
I mean, I look at the cart, it doesn't look damaged. I wonder, Sam just sitting there, alone with his thoughts in the marshal posts. Jacob Bazell leads by 0.4 of a second over Edgars Vilkans. The Sheepers Racing Service, number 536 of Len Nice, closing in. They go around the banking. These three well clear of the pack with still just under 7 minutes to go. Over 1,000 of you tuning in and watching. Who is going to take the ticket to Bahrain in this Rotax's ultimate class? Is it going to be the Czech Republic? Is it going to be Latvia? Or is it going to be Belgium? At the moment, everybody else is a minor player.
Et attention quand même à Niels qui est en 3e position. Il a l'air très confortable, très à l'aise dans cette 2e partie de course. Le pilote belge qui met la pression sur Wilkens. Pour l'instant ça ne passe pas, mais on sent bien que le pilote belge est un petit peu plus rapide et qu'il pourrait même passer à l'attaque très rapidement, parce que devant, et voilà c'est fait à l'intérieur du banking. Niels qui passe en 2e position et qui va désormais se lancer à la poursuite de Jacob Bezel.
Len Nace into P2. Wilkens now follows in his wheel tracks. How much time did Len lose to Jakob Bezel? Jakob is not the only Bezel family member having a good race, because Peter Bezel is up into P7 from 17th on the grid. Antoine Barbarou up to 10th from 20th on the grid. Nicolas Guillaume up to 15th from 29th on the grid. Apart from Ludovic Saboin has retired, joining Sem Canopias on the sidelines. Nicola Falapi dropping to the back of the pack. Shen Yahong getting support from Taiwan. He is 28th at the moment. Giorgio Amati has dropped to 25th. Imke Arts, Max Dexter, Wout Kirstjens, Frederick Zebis just outside the top 20, and 20th position belongs to Christian Baumgartner, who started P3.
Bezel Jacob qui vient de boucler un nouveau tour en tête, et on se rend coup pour coup entre Jacob et Niels qui ont tourné quasiment dans le même centième sur ce dernier tour. Niels qui est en train de petit à petit lâcher Wilkens pour la 2e position, même si on voit qu'il n'est plus, il n'est pas très loin quand même, le pilote autrichien. En tout cas ça va être très disputé jusqu'au bout. Il reste encore pas mal de temps, Il reste plus de 4 minutes encore dans le temps réglementaire. Ça laisse justement une marge de manœuvre assez large pour Nice pour tenter de revenir sur le leader, et pourquoi pas aller lui disputer la victoire dans les tout derniers instants de cette finale DD2. En tout cas on assiste à du grand spectacle actuellement.
Good to see Jack Collinson on the live chat, Rotax driver from Latvia, who couldn't get an entry for this event, but he's racing in, I believe, the Estonian, he's in the Nordic Championship in Estonia in junior Rotax this weekend, cheering on his countryman, Edgars Wilkens, and we watch Bezel. The gap was 0.6 of a second. It's now 0.3 of a second. He may be nice by name, but he won't be nice by nature when he gets to the rear bumper of Jakob Bezel. Here comes the Belgian Red Devil, Len Nice, and he's bringing Edgars Wilkens with him. These 3 drivers, 2.5 seconds ahead of Knut Nielsen, Michael Racina, Will Ellswood, Peter Bezel, Bendy Sabo, David Mastakevich and Ragnar Virus.
Allez, Nice qui a réalisé la jonction avec leader, avec Bezel Jacob Bezel qui est pour l'instant toujours aux commandes, mais pour combien de temps? C'est la question que l'on peut raisonnablement se poser. Il reste 2 minutes 30 dans le temps réglementaire, et finalement on n'a plus un leader mais un trio en tête de cette finale DD2. Est-ce que Niels va prendre le meilleur? Est-ce que Wilkens, qui est revenu également sur le pilote belge qui était devant lui, va pouvoir peut-être dynamiter ce trio? On va voir. Est-ce que Jacob Bezel a les moyens de réagir? Voilà, il se retourne maintenant pour voir où sont ses adversaires. Il reste 2 minutes maintenant. 2 minutes dans le temps réglementaire et un tour.
2 minutes to go. Now, what does Edgars Wilkens do? If he tries to make a move on Len Nace now, then Bezel will probably be given an advantage that he will not lose. He has to try and bide his time, maybe even slipstream and push Len Nace up towards the race leader, Jakob Bezel. Bezel hasn't, he's been quick all weekend as Jakob Bezel started on the outside of the front row, but he's not had a dominant kart in the same way that Sem Knyoppers did. Although, like Sem said, heats and superheats are one thing. The only thing that matters is the final, and it's these three that are going to dispute the podium in the final by the looks of things. 1 minute and a quarter plus a lap to go. Good lap from Bazell, Nice and Vilkans pushing their Nice up towards Bazell. I think turn 3, where Bazell made the move on lap number 1 on Knoppers, could be Nice's best opportunity. Maybe the banking as well. A late lunge to the inside of the banking could be an opportunity. We're coming up to the banking now, but Nice isn't close enough, or is he?
Not enough. Voilà, Basel qui garde le leadership, mais on a vu Niels et Vilkans qui sont au contact maintenant. Alors attention, parce qu'on l'a vu dans les finales précédentes, ne pas attaquer trop tôt, ne pas faire l'erreur qui permettrait d'ouvrir la porte à son adversaire direct. Et regardez, ça y est, on commence à monter en intensité, on va rentrer dans les 2 derniers tours. 2 tours maintenant à parcourir, et cette fois Jacob est en train de voir que ça se précise. La menace se fait de plus en plus précise, mais viendra-t-elle de Niels, viendra-t-elle de Vilkans? C'est toute l'interrogation et tout le suspense de ces 2 derniers tours.
Oh, tyre smoke as Vilkans tries to get alongside Nice there. Bazell now begins to defend. This is the penultimate lap. The clock has struck 0. Next time round, they will see the last lap board, Le Dernier Tour, and Knud Nielsen has joined them. But look at Jakob Bazell. He took advantage from that brief side-by-side moment. Vilkans saying to Len Nice, no, don't defend, you gotta go. We got 1 more lap. But Bazell, I think, has done enough. It's gonna take something special. Oh, Bazell's got this one. Who's gonna be second? Vilkans for Latvia, trying to hang on to the podium.
Ah, ça va être bon pour Jacob Bazell qui profite de la lutte qui se déroule derrière lui, parce que maintenant Nice est trop loin pour venir l'inquiéter dans ce dernier tour. Ça a été un moment assez chaud dans l'avant-dernière boucle entre Niels, Vilkans et Bazell, mais finalement Bazell s'en est sorti et il va aller chercher cette victoire, à n'en pas douter maintenant. Jacob Bazell qui a suffisamment d'avance pour négocier la dernière ligne droite sans être inquiété, sans avoir à se retourner, et qui dans quelques instants va franchir la ligne d'arrivée en vainqueur, avec en prime, en cadeau, le ticket tout droit pour Bahreïn. Et voilà, il lève le bras vengeur, le bras rageur. Victoire de Jacob Bazell.
Petter Bazell is a Grand Finals champion. His younger brother Jakob has been there several times. He will go again this year to try and emulate his older brother's achievements. For Kilian Kraft and Kraft Motorsport, the Czech Republic have a grand finalist. They have an international trophy champion in Jakob Bazell. Well done, with a decisive move on the opening lap of the race. Jakob Bazell, your provisional DD2 champion. Looking at the rest of the finishing order, Len Nice just didn't get close enough to make that one move. He forced Bazell to defend, but the moment the Bazell defended, Edgars Vilkans, who finishes third, attacked Nice, and that gave Bazell the decisive breakaway. We have got, congratulations for Latvia. Henry King joining us on the live chat as well from the United Arab Emirates. That's Rotax's ultimate class. It was a fantastic battle. There is Jakob Bazell. He's been around the block a few times. Just the bit of relief. Looking pretty happy. Not wonderfully happy. Maybe a bit relieved. And I'm looking now. Has he got a nose cone? No, he hasn't. Now there's the smile. There's his brother Peter Bazell, the 2019 Grand Finals DD2 champion. Petter finishing 7th, behind Hungary's Mendy Sabo. Italy's Michael Rosina was 5th, and Knud Nielsen from Denmark was 4th. Will Ellsworth and David Masiakevich, along with Ragnar Vieras, round out the top 10. We look to see if the nose cone bracket on that kart is in. I'm sure everything is okay. I'm not quite sure. We'll try and get word down from Jen Wade to see what is going on, but we can't see. But Jakob Bazell taking this as cool as you like. He looks like he's just won a heat race at a club meeting, let alone an international trophy DD2 victory. Baptiste Schneider finished 11th, Lawrence Herberts is 12th, Nicholas Guillaume P13, Harry the Lion P14 for Hannum. Then it's Antoine Barbarou, Jan Stiak, Christian Baumgartner, Frederick Zevis, Wout Kirstjens. Your top 20 rounded out by Imke Arts. Then it is Usakovs, Amati, Dexter, Vendelbo, Norbach, Hong, Christiansen, Desert, Falapi and Smith. We lost Patrick Donica, Matthias Najem, Mika van der Pavert, Ludovic Saborin, and of course Sam Canopias in heartbreaking fashion. And I'm not quite sure where Jen is. I'm assuming Jen is somewhere in amongst the scrum of DD2 drivers. There is Jakob Bazell. Do we get... There we go. He's just about managed to crack a smile, has Jakob Bazell. Jen, are you down anywhere near Jakob? What's going on? I'll take that as a no. We'll follow Jakob, getting some congratulations from some of the other mechanics, some water from the Craft Motorsport team. It's Eric, it's now hotter than it's been at any other point of the day.
Yes, exactly, and it will change maybe the end of the race day. Only 2 races left, but yes, the ground temperature and the track temperature will raise for sure, and this maybe will have something to adjust for the tire pressure, for example. We will see. Voilà, ouais, effectivement le soleil qui domine maintenant, qui a fait son apparition depuis un petit moment, la température de piste qui va s'élever. Il va falloir certainement peut-être pour les 2 dernières courses, les courses junior et senior, il va peut-être falloir ajuster la pression des pneus par rapport à ce qu'on connaissait avant. It's up to you, Jen.
Jakob Betzel, there for a moment, a little bit close, and then you had it easy, I think, the last lap or so.
Yeah, I know that I need to overtake him in the first lap, so what I did, and then was quite good.
What about this, going back to Bahrain? Another shot at the title.
We will see, I get 5 seconds penalty there last time, so I hope this year will be much better.
Okay, but we're going to say congratulations also to the team at Craft Motorsport.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much, Jen. Jakob Bazell, congratulations from runner-up Len Neus and Latvia's Edgars Vilkans. But don't forget, it's just Edgars and his dad as the Porsche heads out for the rolling lap. There are 2 races to go. The first of them will be juniors, and then it will be seniors. Please don't go away, whether you're here at the circuit, watching on the 3MK YouTube channel. Jakob Bazell, Len Neus and Edgars Vilkans soak up the applause. There'll be a short break and we'll be back with Junior Rotax.
Just a little bit. Jacob Ashcroft and Jeremy Roivers lining up on the front row. Now, I'm not going to talk to them. We've spoken to them both the last couple of days. But it was a really good race, superheat. And as well, up until now, although they've had a little bit of coming together, but this is going to be a good race. The race director said it's going to be a great race. And yeah, we swapped sides as well. So Jeremy again on the inside. Of course, Connor we spoke to before. Harry, how are you feeling, Harry? Okay? Got the pink gloves on. Everything's colour coordinated. Harry, how you feeling?
All right, yeah.
What a nice weekend of racing.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We've managed to be in the top 5 for every race, so.
Are you enjoying being here in Le Mans? Have you had a look around at all? Gone to the museum?
No.
I'm trying to keep you calm. Let's think about other things. We're going to get off the grid soon, but it's been really great racing. We just want to say congratulations. Huge effort from yourself. We saw you on the front row of the grid this morning, so we didn't get a chance to talk to you. Hi to everyone at home, I guess, watching.
Yeah.
All the fans. Well done, Harry. Really good to see you here on the second row. Alrighty, I'm going to move across here because we're going to get 30 seconds.
Yeah, Jen, just a quick comment. Sergio, your cameraman, just behind Harry Freeman, the 215 kart, Justa Mulders. He's got the Brand Racing livery on him. Could be one of the last times we see that livery. Danny Brand moving into different areas of karting. That is one of the most successful liveries in the history of karting in the Middle East.
Can you hear Henry?
Yeah.
Maybe one of the last times we see Brand Racing, but you're doing the team proud with Danny here this weekend and Deb. So anyone you want to say a big shout out to watching at home?
My family and my family.
Yep. All your family watching. What a great race you've had.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think the last couple of races have been fantastic. So you feeling relaxed?
Yeah.
This is what it's all about, isn't it? The fights?
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty, I'm off the grid. Good luck, Justa. And hi to everyone watching in the UAE and also in the Netherlands.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jen, as always. 72 drivers entered this class, 36 remain, led by the Kart Centre Campillos entry of Spain's Jeremy Roivers. Only driver here in that livery, him, his dad, Martin, engine tuner, Nigel Horner. And what is that I see slowing down on the outside of the circuit? Was that a KR Sport kart? I hope, well, let's have a little look. Let's have a look at the grid. It's Roivers and Jacob Ashcroft, row number 1. Ashcroft, the reigning Grand Finals champion. Harry Freeman and Connor Clancy. But no! Connor Clancy! The Sam Pollitt racing kart has broken. Oh, Clancy is beside himself, and you've got to feel for Connor. His mum is here, his family are here. Alex Gill, his long-time mechanic, have done brilliantly. Oh, it means that Justa Mulder and Mate Kobahidze are next. Then Eva Morris and Boaz Maximov, Louis Radcliffe and Thailand's Panustin Monkong. They're your top 10. Hugh Pecchion did make it onto the final grid for Guadeloupe and will start 36. Let's go racing for the penultimate time.
Et c'est parti, cette fois c'est validé avec Jeremy Roivers qui garde le leadership avec dans son sillage Freeman maintenant. Freeman qui est passé en deuxième position et qui a pris le meilleur sur Ashcroft. Mais attention, dans cette finale junior, on est loin évidemment d'avoir une hiérarchie très stable. On l'a vu au cours des différentes manches de qualification des super hits de ce matin. C'est toujours très disputé dans ce plateau junior et cette grande finale ne dérogera certainement pas à la règle.
Now, earlier on in the Super Heat, we saw Kai Clark take one of the wins. He was given a subsequent 10-second penalty for defending. He started back in 16th position. Watch for the number 267 kart to be making good progress. Rayan Gandor, likewise, a penalty post-race. He started 26th in this race. The only New Zealand-based driver here in Le Mans, Maxim Kerwen, started back in 32nd Jeremy at second place, alongside the only Welsh driver in the class, Eason Griffiths, and former Micromax Grand Final champion Jensen Chalk just scraping in. Albert Friend starts 30th. Albert Friend has won this event the last 2 years as a Minimax driver from 30th, but look at the lead Jeremy Roivers has.
Ouais, Jeremy Roivers là qui n'a attendu personne, hein, le pilote espagnol qui s'est tout de suite porté aux commandes dans le terme du premier tour et qui maintenant est en train de creuser l'écart sur le reste du peloton. Il va falloir vraiment réagir derrière pour revenir sur l'espagnol, parce que sinon on va assister à l'une des courses juniors les plus fluides à laquelle on ait assisté durant tout le week-end. Roivers là qui a déjà, tenez-vous bien, quasiment 2 secondes d'avance, 1 seconde 883 millième très précisément d'avance pour le pilote espagnol sur un groupe emmené par Freeman avec Ashcroft, Mulder, Radcliffe, Maximoff. Bref, tous ces garçons vont devoir maintenant réagir s'ils ne veulent pas laisser le ticket pour Bahreïn à Jeremy Roivers.
Well, I mean, there is the black crash helmet of the all-black Kiwi, Maxim Kerwin. But if he's Jeremy Roivers, well, he has gone off like a cat with a rocket strapped to its back. He's now being chased down by the reigning world number 1 in junior Rotax, Jacob Ashcroft, who moves into P2. Ashcroft gives Freeman the signal. Let's go. Justa Mulder. They're in 4th position for the Netherlands, for the Brand Racing team, being chased by number 292 Louis Ratcliffe. Behind Louis Ratcliffe, who now defends from Boaz Maximov. Behind Maximov is Sebastian Lusch. Then Kai Clark, already up to P8. P9 for Archie Lovett. Eva Morris, who was fastest of all in qualifying. She rounds out the top 10. Avasal Kute 11th. Mate Kobakidze from Georgia has gone backwards. So far he's 12th, followed by Owen Baroni, Panustin Monkong. Sun from Thailand in 14th. Gabriel Canal. Rayan Gandor from 26th to 16th. Rakowski, Taylor, Van der Halen, Van der Bacon, Lambers, Verhager, Archer, Lapper, Chalk, Robin Olagash, Seidel, Kerwin, Griffiths, Ambrose, Seng, Piquion, Albert Friend, Vilmot, Villasats and Theo Pollicand.
Allez, c'est la chasse est lancée maintenant sous l'impulsion de Ashcroft, hein, le champion sortant dans cette catégorie junior. Ashcroft qui a lancé la poursuite avec, dans ce dernier tour, il a repris 4 dixièmes au leader à Jeremy Roivers. Il avait 1 seconde 9 d'avance, Jeremy Roivers. Il a désormais 1 seconde 5, mais c'est loin d'être gagné, parce que derrière Ashcroft, on voit bien que Freeman et Mulder sont prêts aussi à l'attaquer. Pour l'instant, il faudrait que les 3 hommes s'entendent pour revenir sur le leader, ne pas s'attaquer tout de suite, attendre les derniers instants et attendre surtout que la jonction puisse s'opérer, parce que là il y a encore un gros écart à boucher.
Right, mark the clock. 8 minutes to go. Roivers leads by 1.2 seconds. With 9 minutes to go, he led by 1.5 seconds. Slowly but surely, these 3 drivers, Ashcroft, Freeman and Mulder, are closing in. Roivers now has to concentrate. This is the biggest moment of Jeremy Roivers' young career. But, like I said, he works at a kart circuit when he's not in school, helping his dad, Martin, run Kart Centre Campios. His mum works in the restaurant. It's a family business. And their longtime friend, Nigel Horner from HRS and Racing Services, builds and services the motors. There's only one of them here. There's no other drivers representing Kart Centre Campios. So in all but name, he is a privateer entry. And yet he leads 71. Started off the second, he leads 35 of the best junior Rotax racers in the world at the moment by an ever-decreasing margin. This time around, Ashcroft, Freeman and Mulder were half a second quicker than Rivers.
Allez, l'écart qui se réduit, mais attention également, hein, derrière ce trio, il y a Clark Kay qui revient. Clark Kay qui s'était imposé ce matin et qui avait reçu une pénalité pour et conduite un petit peu agressive, dirons-nous. Et bien là, il est en train de revenir et lui aussi va avoir son mot à dire dans cette course-poursuite. Et on peut faire confiance aux Britanniques pour un petit peu faire imploser ce groupe de chasse. Ça y est, ça commence. Clark Kay qui est en train de s'imposer et qui vient de prendre le meilleur sur Just Mulder.
Kai Clark is not hanging about. He now moves into 4th position from 16th on the grid, and pretty soon he is going to be with the leaders, and I say leaders plural, not leader, because Ashcroft and Freeman have caught Jeremy Rivers. Rivers, the kart was obviously set up to be quick in the opening laps. Has it got the setup to be quick over the final 6 minutes of this race? We're gonna find out. Ashcroft, like a great white shark, has his eyes locked firmly on his prey. And his prey wears a red and black race suit and an orange crash helmet and drives a yellow, blue and white go-kart in Jeremy Rivers through Restaurant Curve. Freeman in the 278 has driven magnificently, and he's there, and pretty soon KR Sport are going to have a second driver in this lead battle because Clark is en route with Mulder behind him. Mars, Bars, Maximov, Lovett, Ratcliffe, Baroni and Avasalkute, the rest of the top 10. Eva Morris slipping to 14th position. New leader, Jacob Ashcroft.
Allez, Ashcroft qui vient de prendre la tête de cette finale, on le sentait venir. Hein. Depuis un petit moment, il a attendu d'être à l'entrée du banking pour plonger à l'intérieur et prendre le meilleur sur Reverse. Désormais, Ashcroft, leader, l'ancien champion en titre de la catégorie, qui se reprend à rêver d'un nouveau billet pour la grande finale pour aller à Bahreïn. Mais attention, il reste encore pas mal de temps, il reste plus de 4 minutes encore à parcourir et un tour supplémentaire, et derrière c'est la bagarre également avec Clark Kay qui a dynamité lui aussi le groupe de poursuivants. Il est désormais 3e.
Kai Clark has just passed his teammate, no team orders there. The danger man for Ashcroft could be the driver in that white race suit, the silver, purple and pink KR Sport livery cosmic chassis. Kai Clark, who was mildly miffed at his penalty in the superheat. Well, talk about red rag to a bull. Maybe that penalty could actually have been a blessing in disguise. It has fired Kai Clark up like a NASA-fueled rocket. And he's heading towards the front from the 8th row of the grid. Clark with a lap of 54.994. He's not actually as quick as Ashcroft, but now Ashcroft, well, to be fair to Rivers isn't attacking Ashcroft. He's trying to go with Jacob Ashcroft, but Kai Clark on a mission for the race lead. He's on he's on a mission. Yeah.
For sure, he's on a mission, yeah. Et Kai Clark qui se retourne, hein, toujours en 3e position. Il emmène le groupe de chasse et on rappelle qu'il partait depuis la 16e position. Kai Clark, suite à la pénalité qu'il avait reçue à l'issue de sa super manche. Pour l'instant, Ashcroft reste aux commandes. Rivers est dans son sillage. Il y a un petit écart entre le duo de tête et Clark Kay qui est pour l'instant solitaire, 3e. Va-t-il faire la jonction? Va-t-il être en mesure de contester la victoire à Ashcroft et Rivers? Il lui reste 2 minutes 20 et un tour pour y parvenir.
Critical point of the race. Kai Clark has broken away from Freeman, Mulders and Maximov. That means that when Roivers attacks Ashcroft, or rather when Ashcroft begins to defend, Clark will catch them without somebody behind him. So he can catch them and try and move instantly before the cavalry arrive. The momentum is with Kai Clark. Ashcroft has track position. Roivers is having the race of his life, so he knows how he's driving the best he's ever driven. But Kai Clark is the danger man right here. 90 seconds to go. Ashcroft looks over his shoulder. He's the world number one for a reason. So Ashcroft is not going to get phased. He's not going to start defending too early. And he's going to have faith in the Dan Holland racing cart underneath him and the time engine that gives him his waft. Roivers knows that this could be his best shot at getting a ticket to the Grand Finals. I don't think Jeremy's been to the Grand Finals before. Could this be the time? 1 minute to go. Clark has not caught them yet because Ashcroft is not defending too early. You see Ashcroft, he didn't even look at Roivers then, he was looking over Roivers' shoulder to judge the gap back to Clark. But here we go, this should be the last 1 or 2 laps. Roivers saying go, go, go. Ashcroft says okay, I'll trust you for another half a lap at least.
Allez, il reste 2 tours maintenant, 2 tours puisque lorsque les pilotes reviendront sur la ligne de chronométrage, normalement le temps réglementaire sera écoulé. Il reste 20 secondes dans le temps réglementaire, ça sera trop juste pour revenir avant le terme de ce chrono. Et pour l'instant, Ashcroft mène toujours avec Roivers qui vient de se retourner pour voir où était le danger. Clark qui semblait pouvoir revenir mais qui là est en train de marquer le pas. Et on va rentrer dans le dernier tour pour Ashcroft, dernier tour pour tenir ce billet pour Bahreïn, dernière opportunité maintenant pour Roivers pourquoi pas aller pour la première fois dans sa carrière et bien du côté de la grande finale internationale du côté de Bahreïn. Allez, c'est maintenant ou jamais pour l'Espagnol.
Now, Ashcroft, Roivers still signalling to Ashcroft to go. Clark is closing in. Could we have the same situation that we had in Minimax rather, with Emerson McAndrew Uren already having a ticket and the ticket goes to the second place driver? I do not know. All I know is that it's winners take the ticket and everything else is left a chance. On to the back straight for the final time. I don't think Roivers is quick enough. I think Ashcroft has just about done enough. Are we going to see a last corner lunge from the Spaniard? The answer is no. Back to Bahrain. The dream of back-to-back junior titles for Ashcroft in the Grand Finals is on. As the rest of the field cross the line, Roivers P2, Kai Clark P3. On the podium from 16th on the grid, Boaz Maximov was P4. 5th for Harry Freeman. 6th for Justa Mulder. Dragos Avasoquite is 7th. Louis Radcliffe, Mate Kopakidze and Archie Lovett round out the top 10. Then it is Panustin Monkong, Sebastian Luce, Will Archer, Alex Rakowski and Rayan Gandor. Further down the order, Owen Baroni, Gabriel Canal, Harry Taylor, Vince van der Hallen and Albie Lapper. Eva Morris had a spin. The young lady from Bristol in the southwest of England finishes 34th, but she was not the 34th best junior driver here. She was one of the very best, and that is a statement made for Eva Morris, who was fast of all in qualifying. Maxim Kerwin had an off as well, but that was a good performance for the New Zealander who had travelled further than anybody else to race here. Only driver from New Zealand. There is a look at Ashcroft. I'm sure that Barry will be in tears somewhere. His dad and biggest supporter. Hugh Peckion, 29th for Guadeloupe. Ethan Griffiths, 28th for Wales. Jensen Chalk, up 11 position to 22nd for the former Micromax Grand Finals champion. And Albie Lapper gets a top 20 finish, but you have to feel the only driver that failed to finish was Connor Clancy from row 2 on the grid. What bitter, bitter gall. As we wait for Jacob Ashcroft to have his interview, can I remind everyone in the paddock, now, the live stream we won't live stream the presentation, but in the paddock, before the presentation, we do the driver raffle. Now, for those of you at home, every entry here has their name put in a clear box, and 3MK Events and Rotax put on a prize fund. You could win a 10,000 euros worth of Rotax products, whether that's a jet ski, a skidoo, whether it's a snowmobile, or whether it's engines. 10,000 euros for one of the drivers here, but you've got to be at the podium presentation in order to win that prize. Now, there's Barry Ashcroft. Waiting, gets a hug from Lee Taylor, and he sees his boy. Grand Final champion, and there's Albert Frame mechanic Lee Taylor, Panda 0.5. There is Eva Morris's dad, Paul Morris. He must be devastated because Eva finished 34th, and yet they still come and congratulate drivers from a different team. So there are people from Dan Holland Racing. There's Kai Clark's mechanic, Joe Bleakley, in the bucket hat there. So all the big teams from the UK there. So again, it says a lot about Jacob as a person, as much as anything else, which is really good to see. Now, Jacob gets to speak to Jen Wade and have a lap of honour in a Porsche. Hello, Jacob. Smile for the camera, Jacob. Comb your hair, that's right. Get your curtains sorted. Make sure the fringe is looking on point. Have a smile. There we go. Jacob's first Grand Finals, I dropped him off my shoulders and almost broke his wrists and eliminated him before his first Grand Finals. We won't go into that anymore. Here we go. Let's speak to Jacob when we can.
Jacob Ashcroft, we're going to go to the Porsche. Think we can do a couple of laps before the others come?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling very good. It was a hard race after a difficult start, but I was able to work with Harry and we were able to close in on Jeremy, and I was able to overtake and just maintain the race.
Now, of course, you're the defending Rotax world #1 in this class. You're going to go back to back. Have you got time to go to Bahrain, or are you too busy with school?
No, we'll make sure we go to Bahrain.
Okay, so you're going back to Bahrain, but right now you've actually just won another title to add to your long list of titles. So I think you can be really proud, and I know there's a few people you'd like to say thank you to.
Yeah, thanks to Dan Holland Racing, Time Racing Engines, my dad especially on the tools, Russ for setting up the car, my mum and everyone else cheering me on.
Of course, they follow you around the world, don't they? And I think this is that point. Next year you go to seniors or somewhere, so you can enjoy this and get an ice cream after this.
Yeah, we might go back to the camper if they're melted, then who knows, we'll try and eat one.
Yeah. Try and get an ice cream, hop in the Porsche, and we're going to see you on the podium.
Jacob's not the only one that wants an ice cream. There's a couple of guys here at the commentary box. Now, there's Jeremy Roivers. The reason that maybe Jeremy didn't attack too much is that Jeremy is leading the Spanish Rotax Championship. And, of course, every national champion gets a ticket as well. So Jeremy can be very pleased with that. But he is not certain of a ticket to Bahrain by any means, but he is leading the Spanish Championship at the moment as...
Remembering that he steps out of Spain once a year.
Yes.
Just to come here for his summer holidays, because Mum and Dad get a little bit of a break for a week away from the track, and this is his holiday.
Yeah, this is his holiday. They have a break from the kart track they run to come to a kart track. Such is this karting life. We've got one race to go, ladies and gentlemen, as you look at the Junior Rotax top 3. We take a short break. It's seniors up to close out the event.
Alrighty, almost everybody in their cart. Lewis. I'll make sure it's Lewis. Lewis Goff. How is it in seniors?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a good weekend so far, so let's try and get a good result in this final.
What do you think? I mean, you've got probably some of the best drivers in the world in front of you. What are you thinking at this point?
Well, I've got nothing to lose. I've got my ticket already, so I'm just going to move forward, and I don't really care who anyone is.
But this is the fun part, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't this what you guys live for?
Yeah, it is.
So, Le Mans, has it been a good week?
Yeah, it's been a good week. We've won 3 heats and 2 thirds, so it's been good so far.
And if you could, is there anything you'd change?
Not for, well, further on the grid, but not really.
Not really. I think it's been a great week. It's been impressive. We've seen you at the front. And of course, you're a rookie. So it's also special, I think, when you're on this level, such an enormous competition as well, a lot on the line, and we can't imagine what it's like. I wish I had an onboard on your kart right now, but we're going to get off the grid. Wish you luck. Been really nice to see you here, and we wish you luck because you're a rookie and we know you're in with a chance.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi to everyone who's a Lewis Goff fan. I'll get off the grid. Henry, back to you. We wanted to have a chat with that young guy because he's been pretty spectacular across the weekend.
Yes, he has. He's definitely a dark horse for this race, not least because he drives the same team that guided Ethan Jeff Hall to this race win last year. Last race of the International Trophy. 108 drivers entered this class. Here are your starting lineup: Matthew Higgins and Simon Perigny go for row number 1. Macaulay Bishop and Tom Strella, row 2. Lewis Goff and Titouan Escalier, row 3. Then Lewis Gilbert and Tom Langlois, row 4. Mehdi Lassued and William Antrobus, row 5. Lloyd Hare and Keir Garrity, row 6. Kai Hunter, Paul Grissel, row 7. Oscar Guchot, Lizzie Mementier, row 8. Tino Sidler and Noah Janssen, row 9. Raphael Moreau, Leon Hasty, row 10. William Pemble and Rayan Bourguignon, row 11. Matthew Doverne and George Nassar, row 12. Jort Van Wyk and Sean Butcher, row 13. Danny Shields and Lucas Schlegel, row 14. Angus Scrivener and Raphael Benatwil, row 15. Charlie Smith, Bastian Ottensamer, row 16. Sasha EM and Nolan Lamore, row 17. Hugo Lacroix, Vivian Guillaume, row 18. Higgins, the Welshman, has never won a grand final. Bishop, multiple British kart champion, was on the podium of the grand finals as a Micromax driver back in 2019. Lewis Gilbert and Sean Butcher. Gilbert won the superheat after qualifying 101st. Butcher was on courts to beat that when his kart broke. He starts 26th in kart 357. He has been better at overtaking than anybody else here. For the final time, Eric Saleh, we are go!
Yes, we are on, c'est parti avec Simon Perigny à l'extérieur pour garder sa deuxième position parce que derrière, oh là, il y a eu du grabuge derrière, mais devant, c'est chaud là pour Simon Perigny pour garder sa position de deuxième. Il va peut-être devoir céder une place, oui, c'est fait parce que je pense que c'est Bishop maintenant qui est passé deuxième alors que Higgins, lui, a conservé son leadership.
Rayan Bourguignon, Matthew Doverne in having problems at turn number 1. Mehdi Lassued on the Sony kart also in problems. William Antrobus getting delayed, so was Lizzie Mementier. But Higgins defending from Bishop. Then it is Perigny in third. Watch for Goff fourth. Fifth is, and look at Butcher. There goes Butcher. He must have passed about 10 karts already. Don't count him out, ladies and gentlemen. Do not count out kart 357.
Ouais, pour Mehdi Laswed, il est repassé en 33e position, hein, le Français qui était capable de faire évidemment une très belle finale. Pour l'heure, c'est toujours Higgins qui emmène un peloton groupé derrière lui. Higgins avec dans son sillage Bishop et Perini toujours 3e. Et attention parce que derrière il y a du monde aussi avec Lewis Goff, Tom Strill, Lewis Gilbert, Lloyd Hare et Kyle Hunter. Autant dire qu'on est loin d'avoir tout vu dans cette finale senior.
12 drivers at the front. Lewis Gilbert passes Tom Strella, forcing Strella onto the curb. Your lead group coming on to lap number 3 now. Higgins, Bishop, Perigny, Goff, Gilbert, Hare, Strella, Sidler, Hunter, Grisel, Guccio, Lescale with Garrity and Langlois not far behind. Higgins has to be defensive. Oh, Bishop went for a move. Lloyd Hare runs wide in the third of the Dan Holland Racing karts. Meanwhile, the first driver not in this lead group is guess who? Sean Butcher.
Allez, devant c'est toujours chaud et Simon Perini qui a été attaqué me semble-t-il par Lewis Goff, me semble-t-il. On va avoir un gros plan là sur les numéros. Le 401 c'est toujours Higgins avec dans son sillage. Et est-ce que c'est voilà, on va attendre le passage sur la ligne parce que ça va vraiment très très vite. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est Lewis Goff qui est passé en 3e position. Simon Perini est désormais 4e.
Right, we look at the leaders. I wonder if the cameraman, when we come to turn number 3, you'll see going up the straight. Here we go. Now there's the lead group. At the back you'll see a purple, silver and pink go-kart. That is Butcher. Butcher's caught the lead group, which comprises 15 drivers. And they're all tripping over each other because Higgins has got to do something to keep Bishop, who is a world-renowned overtaker. Bishop he goes, Bishop's motto is if you're not overtaking, you're being overtaken. So that's his raison d'etre, as it were, Eric. Third at the moment is Goff. Perigny is 4th. Gilbert 5th. Then it's Strella. And there's Butcher going through in the white race suit. Oh, Higgins has left the door open. Bishop on the grass. This is getting insane here in Senior Rotax. You think, why is Bishop, why is Higgins defending? He's got to defend. He can't do anything else but defend. If he leaves the door open, not only will Bishop go through, but so will Goff, Perigny, Gilbert and Higgins. He could lose 7, 8 more places in the space of one corner. So the die is set. This, to coin a term well used by karters, this is gonna be a hack.
Et ça y est, ça passe à l'attaque, ça va passer peut-être, non. Higgins qui a contré l'attaque au bout de la ligne droite de Bishop qui était en train de tenter de prendre le leadership. Attention dans la ligne droite qui mène vers le virage numéro 1. Bishop est toujours en 2e position. Il me semble que Perigny a repris la 3e place. Non, c'est toujours Goff et Gilbert. Autant pour moi, Perigny est bien 5e.
There's Kai Hunter in the Hunter Motorsports machine in what is 6th or 7th position. Perigny in P5. Higgins, he has won European titles. He's won a British title as a junior, but he has come second. He has been a runner-up in so many championships. He is determined. He is not a number 2. He is a number 1, and he is going for it. And look at the diamond of Dalry. Scotland's Lewis Gilbert up to P3. Meanwhile, Sean Butcher has just cracked the top 10, boys and girls. At the front there, behind Perigny is Goff. Tino Sidler is a danger man. Look for the Swiss driver with the chrome red and orange, gold and red crash helmet. He is there as well. Higgins sets his stall out early. if Macaulay Bishop wants to pass Matthew Higgins cleanly, he is going to have to pull off an absolute worldie of a pass.
Assez chaud, et attention à Gilbert là qui attaque en deuxième position à la sortie du banking. Non, ça ne passe pas avec Bishop qui referme la porte. On est maintenant dans la ligne droite. Bishop toujours derrière Higgins. Perini a repris une position, il est désormais quatrième. Et attention parce que derrière ça devient très très chaud. Et on a également, comme l'a noté Henry, le retour de Tino Sildler qui avait abandonné tout à l'heure dans la super finale et qui est remonté de sa position très loin sur la grille pour venir maintenant se mêler au groupe de tête.
Kian Garrity receives the black flag. Don't know what for, but the Strawberry Racing Drivers race is over. Oh, Perigny getting elbowed out of the way there. That, I think, was the 397 of Lewis Goff. Did Lewis Goff have someone to his inside? Perigny skitters across the grass, comes back into play, and now, oh, it's getting a bit lively up at the banking. Kai Hunter trying to go about 4 wide round the outside, and Tino Sidler's kart has broken again. Sidler out of the race. There is Butcher. Now the worrying thing for me is that big black tyre mark on Butcher's nose cone. Is that a front bumper penalty? I don't know, but there's a black mark there now that wasn't there at the start of the race. Look at Gilbert trying to work his way around. Will he try the undercut? Oh, Higgins says no, no, no. But Bishop has thrown everything at the kit, and including the kitchen sink at Higgins so far. 5 minutes to go, and these three are breaking away. Butcher, meanwhile, is now 5th, and he's there. 4th is Goff. It's a British 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How long will that last? It's a British top 6 with Lloyd Hare. Watch Sean Butcher. Over, on Goff. Now on Gilbert. Butcher from P26 to P4, and we still got 4.5 minutes to go, Eric.
Ouais, Butcher qui est en train de faire un numéro là dans cette finale. Il a gagné 22 positions. C'est une Butcher, 22 positions. Le numéro 357, il est actuellement en 4e position, juste derrière Lewis Gilbert. Et attention à l'attaque à l'intérieur pour Bishop qui est passé sur Higgins. Ça y est, les hostilités sont lancées en tête de la course.
Higgins incoming Macaulay Bishop. He made the pass at Kevdale Duchamp. But the two drivers who have overtaken more people than anyone else this week are right behind him. Here comes Lewis Gilbert. Here comes Sean Butcher behind them. You've got Goff, Grissel. Paul Grissel is there. Now the Bishop has got the move done, and there was a little elbow grease used. Can he go? Gilbert, Butcher and Higgins give the signal. Let's go and catch the fleeing Macaulay Bishop. Hunter again going high, wide and handsome.
Assez chaud bouillant là en tête de la course, et on voit que ça s'est regroupé une nouvelle fois. Les leaders s'étaient un petit peu échappés, mais là on retrouve un paquet quasiment intégral pour les avant-postes. On va voir si Bishop va être en mesure de tenir cette attaque de Gilbert dans le parking, mais ça ne suffira pas parce qu'il a ouvert la porte. Est-ce que ça va résister? Oui, ouais, c'était chaud. Gilbert est passé en 3e position et il a pris le meilleur sur Higgins qui lui dit allez, on y va, on avance, on ne s'attaque plus, on essaye de faire le trou, parce que oui, effectivement, c'est maintenant qu'il faut faire la différence pour être sûr de pouvoir se disputer la victoire finale sans être contré. Pour l'instant, Gilbert et Higgins lancés à la poursuite de Bishop.
Butcher got caught out there. He had a bad exit onto the back straight, and that has cost Sean Butcher 10 positions. The dream is over for Sean Butcher, but everyone who is here will remember just how special he has driven that kart. Now it's down to the two experienced old hands, Lewis Gilbert and Matthew Higgins, to close in and work together in the last 2 minutes to catch the young gun, the reigning British senior Rotax champion, Macaulay Bishop. Behind them, Perigny is 4th, 5th for Goff, 6th is Lloyd Hare, Hunter 7th, Mehdi Lassoue spun to last on the first corner and now runs 8th. Grissel Guillaume started 36th and last, he's up to 10th. Lemore, Butcher down to 12th, Lescalier, Strella, Antrobus, Guccio, Smith, Pemble, Bourguignon and Shields. That's your top 20 at the moment. A top 15 separated by 5 seconds. Now things are spread out. Have Gilbert and Higgins got enough time? I think we're seeing, Eric, why Higgins was defending so much, because he knew, oh, there's a move. Higgins on Gilbert, wipes his nose, takes second place, and Perigny, Goff and Lloyd Hare in the third of the DHR karts, the least experienced member of the team in seniors, now moves into P4.
Ah, ça bouge encore derrière le leader, hein. Bishop toujours aux commandes, mais c'est désormais Lewis Gilbert qui mène la chasse. Attendez, non, je dis une bêtise, c'est Bishop, Higgins et Gilbert toujours en 3e position. C'est derrière où ça a bougé, hein, parce qu'il y a eu une attaque et Simon Perigny qui était 4e, et bien s'est fait déborder par Lloyd Hare et Lewis Goff dans le dernier virage, et tout est à reconstruire pour le français. Il était revenu au contact du trio de tête, et là maintenant, eh bien, il est de nouveau en 6e position, et il reste maintenant, on va rentrer dans le dernier tour, me semble-t-il. Oh, ça va être très très juste. 3, 2, 1. No.
They cross the line with 1 second to go. We get 2 more laps of this. David Whitehouse on the live chat makes a very good point. The last time we had 4 drivers at the front of an international senior Rotax race was the grand finals in Sarno, where the top 6 drivers at the start of the race were all British. On a day that Belgium won the race. That tells you a lot of what happened. But Bishop is clear. He has come here for the last few years and has always missed out. Mistakes, penalties, bad luck. This time it's all gone right for Macaulay, Bishop, Higgins and Gilbert. Chase him down. But Macaulay Bishop, the battle is for second place. Oh, Gilbert and Higgins. Now come on, this is Wales and Scotland with Celtic brethrens. We gotta play nice. Higgins is slowing down. Matthew Higgins is slowing down. What is wrong with Higgins? Last lap. I think Higgins thought it was the last lap. Higgins slowed down and he didn't realise there's still a lap to go. No, Matthew. You gotta go to the checkers. Bishop, meanwhile, is about to win this motor race.
Allez, c'est fait maintenant pour Bishop, hein, qui va aller chercher son ticket pour Bahreïn, et derrière, eh bien, Gilbert n'a pas eu à trop forcer, parce que il y a eu vraiment un souci, une mésentente, une incompréhension plus exactement pour Higgins qui pensait que la course était terminée, et finalement non, c'est maintenant qu'elle se termine, et c'est Bishop qui s'impose avec Gilbert devant, deuxième. Et en 3e position, Lewis Goff. Et on a vu Matthew Higgins, évidemment très en colère envers lui-même, qui termine au pied du podium. Matthew Higgins, 4e.
Macaulay Bishop, undoubtedly a superstar. Is he everybody's best mate? No. Does everybody know how talented that young man is? Oh, heck yes. He's here to win. His motto: if you're not overtaking someone, you're being overtaken. So we may as well overtake. He is attack, attack, attack. And he is devastatingly fast. He has just won the international trophy. This will be the biggest win of his career, in a career that has seen so many big wins. Lewis Gilbert will be second. And that is incredible. Third for Lewis Goff. Fourth, Matthew Higgins, and Matthew thought he took the checkered flag a lap before it came out. That will be devastating for the Welshman. Mehdi Lassoue from spinning on turn number 1 to finishing P5 with Lloyd Hare, Simon Perigny, Titouan Lescaille, Nolan Lamore and Paul Grissel rounding out your top 10. Sean Butcher finishes 11th, but we all know, everyone who has watched this will remember Butcher's performance for a long time to come. His mum and dad are here watching. They don't come that often anymore. But if ever Sean says, I'm pretty much done with karting, tell him, no you're not. You're too good of a driver to walk away. Charlie Smith from the USA finishes 12th, ahead of Tom Strella, Vivian Guillaume, William Antrobus, Kai Hunter, Oscar Gajo, George Nassar, Danny Shields and Ryan Bourguignon. There is young Oliver Spencer congratulating Macaulay Bishop. Don't fall off the step ladder, Oliver. We're going to have an interview. We'll come back to close the show out in a little bit, Eric. To the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have tuned in. We had nearly 20,000 viewers yesterday. There's a lot more than that today. Rotax Racing, yes, there are scrappy races, but it is so equal. It is, and this is everyone on their best kit, and still how competitive. Matt Higgins there, a shake of the hands with Macaulay Bishop. Jen Wade, Macaulay Bishop was the 2020 British Cadet Champion when he was knee-high to a grasshopper. That was his first big title. This is now the latest in a long line of British titles. He may have to learn how to walk and talk at the same time as he heads to the Porsche for the victory lap.
Macaulay Bishop, you said you wanted to drive a Porsche. This is your chance. Let's see if we can talk Christoph out of letting you drive. Christoph from Porsche, can Macaulay Bishop drive? He said no. Congratulations. Anyway,
wise move, Christoph, wise move.
Wise move, yeah, it's his Porsche, so that's why. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. I've done this event for the last 3 years. Last 2 years have been super unlucky, but at least I'm on the top step now, so I can't really ask much more.
You can't tell us about that crazy race. I mean, it was like we were under yellow, full course yellow for a while, but at a greater speed.
Yeah, I got into second at the start, and Matt was in front of me, just defending the whole race, and I could just see he was like making a few mistakes, and I just picked my opportunity to overtake him, and then I got a bit of a gap, and then just drove off.
What does this mean to Macaulay Bishop? I think you have more titles than anyone in this modern era in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one I've been wanting to win for a while, to be honest. Obviously it's took me 3 years, so a bit longer than I wanted to, but I mean, I've finally checked it on my list now, so see what else we can win.
You're off to Bahrain.
Yeah, finally.
Finally, and we'll see what happens there. Hop in the Porsche, enjoy the ride, and talk to that young man, and see if he'll let you have a drive at a later date. Actually, Henry and Eric, I had a chat with Macaulay Bishop recently, and he told me his dream is to be a Porsche official driver.
Well, he might want to mention that on the way round. He's got a whole lap to sweet talk Mr. Porsche into that. We'll tell a story. Macaulay Bishop began this year with a 30-day ban. As the reigning British champion, that was the low point of his career, involved in a physical altercation with another driver in the paddock. That brought Macaulay down to earth with a huge bump. He has had to rebuild. He has had to take his medicine and come back with the same driving style, but maybe and definitely more of a man. He's still very young. Sometimes it is the bad things that happen to you that make you a better person, Eric. Is that not something that rings true?
That's racing life. In fact, you know, you have to learn from victory for sure, but from failure too. And normally you learn much more from the failure than from the success.
Yes.
And regarding considering the fact that he would like to be a Porsche driver, he's closer than ever. He has just only one row to gain.
Yes. Well, he can turn around. He can say to Mr. Porsche. He can say Christoph. He can say to Christoph, "I haven't got much of a budget, but I got a lot of talent." Because that is indisputable. What about Lewis Goff in third place? And what about Lewis Gilbert? You can see Gilbert there, the Potenza t-shirt on. His shoulders have sagged because he has driven all weekend. Now, let's try and unpick this last race. Higgins with the lead. Bishop taking second at the start. But I think Higgins knew, and you can see now, watch for the Sodi kart turning around there. That's Mehdi Lasue. He finished 5th on the road. Strella, his chances diminished. He's just in front of Tino Sidler at this point, and Sidler would retire. But Higgins defended. Bishop made a couple of attempts. I think Higgins knew that Bishop potentially was quicker, and that if he did get through, he would go. And that is what happened. He had a good go here, understeered. Higgins gets him straight back. That was Kai Hunter and the 406 of Oscar Guccio. Hunter finishing down the order. That was Lewis Goff on the absolute edge, and Perigny, I think, could be a little bit aggrieved. This is the move, though. This is the... No, it's not.
Not yet.
It was at this corner. What about Sean Butcher? Butcher from 26th. There he is in P4. That was as good as it would get. There's the move from Bishop. Yes, he used a bit of curb. Yes, Higgins went a bit wide. Yes, there was possibly a fraction of sticker swapping, but as Higgins and Gilbert then tore chunks out of each other, that was all the invitation that Bishop needed. Lloyd Hare in kart 341, finishing in the top 10. Great drive from him, and Lewis Goff, another senior Rotax rookie. But this drive here, it was wheel to wheel. Now, this was starting the last lap. Higgins thought the race was over. Gilbert didn't, and Higgins loses a podium because of it. Oh, there's the elation. There is the frustration, but Gilbert should be so proud. He punches the steering wheel. From 101st in qualifying, P2 is nothing to cry about. Well, I think we are going to live stream the podium. While we watch the marshals leave the circuit, I think it is just safe to say, first of all, thank you to the marshals, the track staff here at Le Mans. A huge thank you to all the circuit staff here, the restaurant team that have fed us all week, the race control officials, the medics who have kept the drivers safe, because we have had a couple of big incidents. For the drivers here, we'll wait for the podiums. Don't leave if you want to be in with a chance of winning a €10,000 prize. Not cash, €10,000 worth of prize. You must be at the podium present presentation. I hope that you all have enjoyed the racing. We'll see the podiums very shortly. Eric, it's great to have the live chat feature. It's great to be able to have family members, friends, supporters, new fans to karting commenting in that we can interact with and make you feel part of the broadcast.
Yeah, it was a perfect race weekend. In a way, a race weekend, I mean, because we are Saturday, not Sunday, but it was great, and for sure it was a very intensive last day of racing, and I really appreciate to be present once again here in Le Mans, because we saw a very, very high level of competition and young gun. I hope in between this young gun we're gonna have some big name in the future, and why not find them back in the Formula One.
Yeah, who knows, why not indeed. You know, the current world karting champion, Ethan Jeff Hall, won this event last year. He's now part of the Mercedes Junior Driver Programme. Kenzo Craigie, who is a former Rotax driver, he is on a Formula One Junior Development Programme. So the teardown begins. You can see the scaffolding will come out, and the banners, barriers, archways, staging begins to be dismantled. The road to Bahrain continues, however. There are 400 tickets available. I think about half have been awarded so far. That means there are still some 200 plus to award as the various national championships around the world, the various Rotax challenges around the world come to a conclusion. We hope you stay to join us for the presentation, but Eric, it's been a pleasure to have you back in the commentary box. We will say, before we go to an extended commercial break, a big thank you, first of all, to 3MK Events, to Le Mans, to Jen Wade, to WFR Live TV, to Apex Timing, to yourself, to Rotax, to BRP Rotax, to Mojo Tyres, most of all to you, the viewers, the drivers, the teams, the families, the supporters. Eric, I will say goodbye. You, please lead us out in your native tongue. Mon ami, mate.
Thank you, Henry. Oui, voilà, merci à toutes et à tous. Merci évidemment à toutes les équipes présentes ici au Mans pour cette nouvelle manche du RMCIT avec les marshals, les commissaires de piste, bien évidemment, sans qui rien ne serait possible, le service médical, tous les services techniques du circuit de karting des 24 heures du Mans. Évidemment, toute l'équipe d'organisation du 3MK Event pour ce rendez-vous parfaitement huilé et parfaitement organisé. On espère que vous avez passé un beau moment sur le live pour nous suivre, pour suivre toutes les courses que vos pilotes préférés vous ont fait vibrer. On espère vous retrouver tout simplement ici même l'an prochain. On va se quitter quelques instants, mais n'oubliez pas que tout à l'heure il y aura les podiums avec la remise des prix. Et en ce qui concerne les pilotes français, si vous n'avez pas entendu ce qu'a déclaré Henry, n'oubliez pas qu'il y a un gros lot de 10 000 € en matériel Rotax à gagner. Donc si vous voulez gagner ce gros lot, il faut être présent au tirage au sort tout à l'heure lors de la remise des prix et la remise des podiums. Voilà, on vous souhaite une bonne fin de soirée. Bien évidemment, on se retrouve dans quelques instants pour le podium. D'ici là, bon courage et à tout à l'heure. Et encore merci de votre attention et merci de votre implication pour toutes les équipes d'organisation, encore une fois, et toutes les équipes qui ont travaillé autour de cet événement. Merci à toutes et à tous et à l'année prochaine.